When last we left off, our coterie had begun investigating some strange happenings on their ship. Not only did they have to contend with their dwindling food supply, as they themselves ran the risk every night of feeding, of killing a mortal, or culling their herd of pigs, another creature had turned to killing things. A strange, large beast with the hands of a man, a long tail, and the body the size of a large dog. The previous night had ripped the throat out of one of the Marines on board the ship. A brutal and savage scene. Our vampires leapt into action and began investigating, quickly being led to the site of the slaughter, and speaking to the ghost of the victim. They learned the description of the creature and began, over the next 3 days, searching them out as the ship went under quarantine and lockdown, each night having a curfew enforced by the Marines who were on double shift patrols. Many people thought it was some sort of a dog. Some people were referring to the legend of Black Shuck. As it turned out, there were a lot of rats on board, and after some pondering of the possibilities of vampiric interference, the idea that it was one of the King of London's, the Nosferatu Rat Master, one of his spawn, a potential ghoulified or even vampirified rat, crossed the party's mind. And in their investigation, they seem to have come across their quarry. Before them are 2 giant rats. Big, nasty creatures who are in the storage facilities of their ship after 2 nights of searching. Oh, also, I forgot to mention it, but while they were investigating, Kamrutai was approached by one of the mortals aboard the ship, Lydia Gibbs, who confessed the fact that she was a witch and knew the fact that Kamrutai was a vampire, and offered her a deal of protection in exchange for magically conjured blood. She agreed, and had a spell cast upon her to reinforce the compact, and after cleverly removing Lila from the common quarters, she placed them in the private quarters as her new handmaiden. This was the night before they discovered the rats that are now in front of them. Righty-heighty-ho, and a righty-heighty-he. My vampires. Before you are 2 enormous black rats. Not quite the size of a wolfhound, like was described above, but they are still supernaturally large and sort of burrowing about in the space beneath the galley between the fine goods storage. The room is dim and dark, but your eyes can see through the gloom of the low light of a couple lit candles. Oh, that's the priest. He's not here. Do I have the archive of rodents? Let me check. Not uploaded. Give me 1 second here. No, I don't have images of giant rats. I have images of just about everything else. Whoopsie. Right. Well, let's just continue then. So, they see you, you see them. There is a quiet aboard the ship as predators and prey size each other up, determining whether or not there's going to be a clash. What do you do?
Is there any kind of initiative with combat?
Yes.
Oh, I guess combat hasn't technically started yet.
Combat has not technically started yet, but if you want to fight, we can roll initiative.
Can I do any kind of roll to see if I can spot anything else in the room?
Yes, you can. That will be a... You don't have time to investigate. That'll be wits plus awareness.
Wits and awareness. Okay. I will also use a willpower.
So it's one auto success.
Where's the chat? There's the chat. Good thing I did.
You can't see anything else.
Okay.
Anyone else want to do anything? Because Benedict's a simple man.
I still want to check. Or the perceptive people want to check for anything else?
I use my back to block the door in case somebody tried to get in or anybody tried to escape. And I'll keep my higher sense and my aura sight up to see, keep my eyes on the rat's movement.
Okay. Brief description of the room. The room is a few crates and, just foul-smelling things, scraps of clothes, and looking around, scraps of food and leftovers from what looks like the galley above. You can see small slits and open cracks between the boards of the ship where light and bits of food or drink may have spilled down in here. And there are a number of small warrens and mounds made up of discarded clothes, human vomit and feces, bones, as well as scraps and other materials from, no doubt, your butchered pigs, as well as, various bits and bobs stolen throughout the entire ship. It's about between 4 meters and 5 meters deep, like from the door that you're standing in front of Kemutai to the other opposite wall, and about that's 10, 5, 5, 8, about 24 feet wide. That's in Eurometer, in metery dues. That's about 8 meters wide. There are a number of candles, broken boxes, and other stuff strewn around the floor. It's not so cluttered that it'd be hard to run around in, and it's fairly open. The rats are near the other side of the room, but not all the way to the wall.
Okay. Oh, also, I forgot to mention I'm holding my knife.
Okie dokie. Ooh,
Does the crossbow take any action to load? Like, I'm assuming I already had it loaded, but...
You probably already have a bolt in it, and it does not take any special actions to load.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just trying to get a line of sight without alerting them.
Oh, they're alerted.
Oh, okay. Then
I think as you raise the
preparing to shoot.
crossbow and try to get a line on them, that's when we're going to roll initiative here.
Okay.
Everyone, please roll me, we call this dexterity plus alertness. There's definitely a correct combo of dice to roll for this. I just don't remember it off the top of my head right this second. The difficulty number is 6. The most successes goes first.
Damn.
Evelyn not eager.
Shit, Christoph.
What's Christoph made of?
Evelyn, that's actually a botch.
He's morbing.
He's morbing.
So Evelyn, you lose your first turn as you fumble around trying to get the crossbow ready. Have you ever even used one of these fucking things?
No.
You expected
No, I
to just
totally
point
have.
and shoot, but you lifted it wrong, and then the spring flapped, and the bolt hit the ground, and you're fumbling, and it's crude thing.
Not made for this.
So it's going to be. Let's grab your token so I can set up an initiative order here. Not Mr. Benoit. Actually, Mr. Benoit will be a stand-in for the rats. Why not? He's the chef after all. He feeds them. I'm okay. So it's going to be Evelyn last. So she's at the bottom. I'm going to roll for the rats. Christoph, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. So you're probably towards the top. Benedict, that's 2, so you're there. Kemrutai, that's 2, so you're there. And Mr. Benoit goes the same round. Well, the rats do.
Wait, he's here too?
He's a stand-in. He's just stand-in.
Oh.
Actually, we're gonna give him stand-in.
The rats.
Of all the things I forgot to make a token for, it was rats.
Oh, rats.
So let's just grab the king of the king of London as a stand-in.
Poor dude got downgraded.
Rats. Okay. So, Christoph, you go first. Then Kemrutai and Benedict go at the same time as the rats.
I'm assuming the rats are like right next to each other.
They're a little spread out. I'd say they're not at opposite ends of the room, but they're pretty close. I'd say they're about 10 feet apart from each other. About 3 meters.
Alrighty, guess I'll just go try to do the funny, just stab each one of them. I will spend 1 salary on this. If possible, that is. Just Kristoff will pull his longsword, just go in. The roll was dexterity plus melee, right?
For a sword, yes.
I'll spend a celerity, so 1 sec. Missed.
So that's 1, minus 1, 2, 3 successes. That's yeah, 3 successes. What is the damage of the sword again? Real fast. Ward. A sword does your strength plus 2.
So 5?
Yep.
Or roll it.
Roll it. Roll your 5 dice here. That's you're trying to roll your damage. Right, the rats aren't going to take defensive. Are not going to. Actually, the rats are going to take defensive actions here. Actually, no, you're going first, so they don't have the time to do it. Yeah. Just double check if they're going to fast. Okay, we're doing it correctly. Ooh. That's 1, 2, 3 damage. is going to be lethal damage against the rats. The rats are going to try to roll their... I keep forgetting that I have hotkeys on my expression set up to that. Okay, the rats are going to attempt to resist the damage. They have that much stamina, or toughness, whatever it is. First rat was going to, yeah, That's going to be 1 point of damage absorbed. The rat takes 2 points of lethal damage. Slashing into the creature, it sprays a gout of blood and lets out a little squeak. Well, not a little squeak, a very loud, distorted, shrill cry, I suppose. Yep.
We'll stab at it again then.
Are you using your celerity for extra actions?
Yes, it's... Believe it or not, that was -1 celerity, that previous roll.
Okay. So you're taking 2 actions then?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just double check a thing, because I kind of remember if activating celerity for extra actions takes blood.
I already took it to the point, yeah. Remember that.
Yeah, spend 1 point to take an extra action and up to a number of dots the celerity has at the beginning of the turn. Yep. That is one of the ones that actually takes blood to activate.
Yep.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's four dice to hit. Go ahead and roll the 5d10 again. That's 3 lethal damage. It's going to try to soak some of it. It soaks 1, so it takes 2 more points of lethal damage. The first rat is dead. Yep. You slash it across the back, and then well. How did you kill it? Let's just rob Matthew Mercer. Why not?
So the first one was probably on the stomach itself. Then he would just pull the sword out and go for a slash to the head.
Okay, so you stab it in the stomach, and as it is reeling back, you lop its head clean off. A gout of blood. I mean, at this point, you've all tasted rat's blood. It tastes like regular blood that's gone a little off. It's weird. Kemrutai, considering the cuisine of Southeast Asia, also, Benedict, you might also recognize some of this, although I'm not most familiar with Filipino cooking. It has a kind of fermented smell about it, kind of like the fermented flavor you get with a little bit of natto or kimchi. Like
sour smell.
A little sour, like it's gone off, but like you could eat it still.
Oh, you don't like
pickle? Actually, pickling would be a good comparison. It's the blood equivalent of like a pickle almost. It's weird.
Salty, sour.
Sour. The blood equivalent of vinegary, but with a little bit of weird sweetness about it. It is an odd scent, to say the least.
That explains why Kim was enjoying it.
Which compares like the stale taste that the other blood had. Right. Next action is not going to be anybody, because there was someone else rolling for initiative. King Rat.
I know it! Motherfucker was high! I knew it!
Stupid goddamn King Rat.
Obfuscates a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was trying to look, but I suck at looking. So.
I tried to check last game.
Last time Kemrutai also rolled, it beat you by 1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Wow, okay.
Should have used willpower.
She has like high sense and aura on. Would she notice it when it starts showing up?
That's the thing. Obfuscate is the only discipline that really counters it explicitly counters aspects. They are rival powers, and its ability to cloud perception and cloak itself in darkness covered its aura. However, you are paranoid, so I'm gonna give you a wits rope plus alertness because of your paranoia right
plus
now.
Alertness.
Because it's dangerously close to you.
Oh boy, let's go!
As the shadows part away from this creature that clings to the ceiling, this bizarre chimerical beast. It has the hands of a man almost, like the little grubby rat hands, but they're more towards that of a human's, with long, curved, nubbly claws and wrinkled, almost scabrous skin that goes up as this arm bends and goes up to the shoulder, where this fur is coming away and being covered up with this scabby, leathery skin, this bumpy mess. Its head is misshapen, like a rat's head, but closer to that of a dog's. And instead of 2 big incisors at the very front, it has a total of 6 very large pointed teeth. 2 at the front, 2 at the bottom, and then another big 2 like tusks coming down from the top, or rather closer to the saber teeth of a saber tiger. Other than that, it is huge. It is muscular, just grotesquely so. And it is climbing on the roof of the ship above you, on its ceiling, above Kemrutai, Benedict, and Evelyn.
Nah.
It lets out a bizarre shriek that sounds like the roar of a pig mixed with the barking of a dog. And I'm going to roll... Well, I'm going to find and then roll a d6. Curse you, giant pot. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. I almost cursed my giant pot of dice. I'm sorry, giant pot of dice. You provided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Holy fuck!
Okay, Benedict, it's going to drop down on you.
Oh.
It's going for a bite attack. Its dex plus brawling is this much. And let's go. That's a 1, and then 2 10s and some nothings. So it hits. How much is a bite in terms of damage? Bite.
Do we have Francois with us?
You do have Francois, actually.
Okay.
Oh
no! Actually, that is a fair point. I entirely forgot. You do have Francois. Christoph, please.
Is Mary here too? Mary was standing in
I
front
don't know
of
if
me,
Mary came in the room.
Would you have stopped Mary from coming in the room?
Would we have anyone outside to guard the door?
I'm guarding the door inside. Oh, yeah.
I might leave her out to guard the door.
Okay.
If there's no one else.
Did we allow Francois to enter, like, this particular area?
She said he wanted, yeah.
I mean, unless anyone stopped him, he should be here.
Yeah, Christoph, go ahead and roll his initiative. He's gonna roll 5 dice.
Protect the human!
He got a 1, so he is going just before Evelyn. The turn order. But Benedict, you are being dive bombed by a giant rat.
Uh-huh.
It managed to hit you, and it is trying to bite your throat out.
What the fuck? Do I get to do the damage negation thing?
You do get to attempt to soak this. That's 2 for its. It's actually 3 for its base stat, 2 for its discipline, and 1 for its strength. Ooh. That's 3 points of aggravated damage.
That's so aggravating.
So you get to attempt to soak. Aggravated damage you do not get to include your stamina on. Do you have any armor?
Yeah. Benedict wears the, I forgot which kind of armor it was, but from when we met the old vampire.
I think it was the same breastplate.
It's
Yeah,
a
breastplate.
breastplate. That's plus 2 dice, I believe.
Oh, thank God.
What should I be rolling?
So roll 2d10.
Okay.
Okay, so you managed to absorb 2 points of aggravated damage. You still take 1 point of aggravated damage, though, as this thing goes down, trying to rip your throat out, like it did to its previous victim. You lurch back as its teeth land on the breastplate. One of the 2 jagged fangs that are in front slip into between a gap in the breastplate and pierce into your shoulder. The pain is excruciating as this thing's vampiric fangs break the skin and tear the flesh. On your character sheet, underneath health, you're going to mark an asterisk, the thing with the 3 slots. 3 slashes. In your bruised box, your very first bruised box. Yep, there you go.
Okay.
That's aggravated damage. Aggravated damage is real bad. It takes a long time to heal from, and it hurts like a motherfucker. Try to avoid it. Try to deal it if you can. It really hurts. It's also, technically the only way to kill you outright in the scene, so be careful. Next up is Kemutai, Benedict, and the rats. The normal rats.
I'm gonna try to help my friend. How far is it from me? Since my back is against the door, how far is it from me? Would I be able to reach it?
It's currently standing on its hind legs. It's got its hands on basically trying to claw at Benedict's breastplate, and it's on his shoulder, and Benedict is more or less directly in front of you.
I'll try to guess where his kidney is, and I'll ship it.
Okay. Are you just doing a random attack, or are you going to try to aim for an attack?
Yes, I would like to aim for it.
Okay. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can split your actions to do an aim and then an attack. That'll half the dice pool that you have, but the aim will make it easier to hit. Or you can take this entire round to aim to gain a bonus to attack next round.
I'll just attack it now.
Okay. So aiming adds 1 die to their attack. Each turn spent aiming. Okay. What's your Dex plus melee?
Dex is 3, melee is 0.
Okay, so you're rolling at 4 at 4d6. Actually, you're rolling at. Oh, that's fine. That is 1 success. You manage to stab into the thing. It's going to try to soak. Your dagger is a knife. It does strength plus 1. And this is against the Gould Rat, yeah?
Oh no, it's against the actual thing that's attacking Benedict.
The vampire rat.
It's probably the closest. Yeah.
So you manage to to run the knife into its body, but you don't manage to put up enough weight to pierce the skin. It's too leathery. There's too much dense matted fur. The dagger just gets tangled in it as you try to shove it into its body. It didn't like that. You can tell as much as it opens its mouth up and to hiss and spittle at you, releasing Benedict's shoulder. Benedict, by the way, it's also your turn.
I punched the rat, the king rat.
Yes. You punch that king rat.
What do I roll here?
You're doing Dex with Brawling for punching. Punching is Dex plus Brawling.
Okay. Dex plus.
It's actually gonna miss.
Man! No way!
Are you sure you rolled the right amount of dice there?
Yeah, that's dexterity plus brawling.
Brawl 3, Dex 2. Oh! Huh. Okay. Yeah, no, as you go to, like, just punch it right in the face using, like, a Dempsey roll or like, just a haymaker, or maybe just a straight jab, it drops down to all fours, and your punch goes wide. Because you're used to beating up people, not horrible quadrupeds. Next are the remaining ghoul rats. Oh, ghoul rat. Kristoff, you just killed its friend.
What will it do about it?
It's gonna split its dice pool. It had that much dice pool for its lowest maneuver, so it's going to take a defensive up stance. Gonna save these dice for later, and it's gonna try to bite you. That's 2 hit successes. Did you save any actions to try to, like, dodge?
If needed be. I just took just rushed in overall, just killed the other one, but not sure if... How many times can I act?
You can act once, but you can decide to act multiple times in one round by just splitting your dice pool up. Also, you do have celerity, but you only... You specifically said you only used 1 extra action off that.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't prepare anything. Just...
So, its bite is going to be... Just double checking the bite damage. It's +1 strength. And it's got that much strength. Problem. Because it's ghoul. Oh, that's 4 successes. This is, however, lethal damage instead of aggravated, so you can apply your stamina to the soak.
So 5 because of the breastplate, then.
You managed to negate 1, so you take 3 points of lethal damage, which is the X on your health tracker. So you are now injured. It's gonna be a -1 to all of your ongoing dice pools.
Yeah.
Damn it, bite hard.
Next up is Francois. Christoph, what is Francois doing?
Hopefully, taking the advice and trying to aim. What is he has a sword, right? I imagine.
He has a sword.
Just definitely just take a swing to the thing to try to
King
separate
Rat
it from them.
or- Will this be against King Rat? Or the other?
Against Candy Red. In this case, it's basically next to him.
So Kristoff is a standard human. He has standard training in sword. He will try to swing with it. He will hit with all 4 of his dice. He has standard human strength, but he is a warrior, so it's a little bit better than normal. And a sword does plus 1 damage. Or was it 2? A sword is plus 2. There's a dice pool of 5 on this. That's 2 successes and a 1, so that's actually just 1 success. The rat is going to try to soak with its toughness. It succeeds. So Francois... Oh, it's actually the Gould rat, so it succeeds even harder. Francois brings up his sword and tries to jam it into the big rat's neck, but it scratches and scrapes up against the fur before he brings his blade back and re-enters his combative stance, not wanting to go off balance with a horrible vampire rat in the room. Evelyn, you managed to compose yourself and you are capable of fighting.
Hooray! How do I fire my crossbow? What do I roll?
So you would roll. You would roll. Let's see here. Dex plus firearms. However, because you botched your initiative roll, you're not going to be able to go this turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll reload and move so that someone is between me and the enemy, I guess.
Not a problem.
If possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
Okay.
Top of the initiative. Kristoff.
He will take a look back, just with the rockets near the door at this point after being beaten, and be like, just shake the rat off, just run towards the thing and try to, not with his sword, he pulls the crossbow and aims for the, and try to aim for the heart. Or where the heart would be.
And this is against King Rat?
Yep.
Okay, you are attempting to make a called shot to the heart.
Yep.
Dex plus firearms with the crossbow bolts. Your difficulty for this is 9.
So use willpower, you're saying? Let's just try.
Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, -1, 2 successes, +1, still 3 successes for the called shot because of the willpower. We're just choosing real fast. Let's see here. Sorry about this. There's like a specific rule for staking things. I'm looking for here, and like how many successes you need for it. Straight to the heart. Must do the heart. 9 attacking succeeds and must inflict at least 3 3 health values of damage. Okay, there we go. How many successes do you get again? 3? Okay, and a crossbow. I believe we said that is, +1 damage weapon, right? Oh, it's a damage 5 weapon.
In the chat, it's a damage 5, yeah.
Yep, so roll a total of 8 dice here. Your DC is 6. That's negated. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna try to soak. It only needs to soak 1 die to avoid being staked here. It manages to soak 2. So you fire your crossbow. It strikes true. It strikes it square in the back. You think it struck it into the heart. It lets out a horrible shriek for a moment before turning its gaze towards you. It's lethal damage. It is hurt. Okay. It is the Rat King's turn. It is going to divide up its action. It is going to continue to try to go. It's going to take a defensive action, trying to dodge, and then it's going to go after you, Kristoff. Let me just double check if there are attacks of opportunity in this game. There are not. Just double checking. Yeah, I don't see any rules about attacks of opportunity. Cool. So it breaks off from you, Benedict, and goes to try to bite Kristoff. That's 3 successes on the bite attempt. Kristoff, did you save any of your? Did you attempt to save any actions for defense?
That was all my dice, but if boss, so no.
Okay.
I was backing up that one shot.
You know, it's a fair thing to try to rely on. It's got that much for its regular body. It's got that much for its discipline, and it has plus that for its bite. That's 3, 4, 5 successes and a 1. That's actually 4 successes on the bite. That's 4 points of aggravated damage coming at you. You can still use an armor.
Thank God I got a 1.
You soak 2 points of that aggravated damage. Oh! So you take 2 points of aggravated damage. You are hurt. So fill the boxes up. With the thing with the 3 lines, the hashtag. So, yep, there you go. And were you already injured?
Yeah.
Okay, then the injured becomes aggravated, and then that injured moves up to wounded. If you take bludgeoning damage stacks, so 1 point of bludgeoning will then turn into a point of lethal, like that. But if it is aggravated, it or more lethal, it pushes the damage up the track. Actually, hold on. Your bruise is empty. So you should still be injured. There we go. Bruise is first level damage you take. So you also have a -1 to all your actions for the rest of the scene. Or until you get healed. That was the Rat King, Cameron, Ty, and Benedict.
Fuck. Shit. Can Benedict go first?
Yeah, sure. I punched the king rat.
Yeah, I'm evaluating the situation and what I can do. Go first, Benedict.
Yeah, Benedict will again punch the king rat. Where's chat? What's it looking like?
Did you spend a point of willpower at all?
I didn't mention it before I rolled.
Would you have?
I would have, yeah.
I am a merciful storyteller. Then that would
Thank
hit,
you.
yes.
Nice.
It is, however, going to try to dodge, as it did cue that ability up. Oh, it botched!
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled 3 1s and a 3. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
3 1s and
That's so hard.
That's very loss. Yeah, that's a botch. You're dealing damage with your feast. Because the botch, I'm going to say, do an extra point of, an extra die of damage here. So it's on your strength plus for punch. It's going to be your strength plus 1 for this.
Strength plus 1?
Yep, for damage. That's 1, 2, 3 points of damage. It's going to try to soak. Still do that. Two 1s and a 10. Okay, so it soaks 1 and takes the other 2. As it recovers from the crossbow through its chest, it rears up on its back, kind of like a bear does, to make itself look big, and it lets out a roar at Benedict. And you see the crossbow bolt sticking out of its back. And you slam your open palm into that, and just shove it in until it pops out the other side.
Oh, gross.
A spray of blood spurting out onto the ground as it lets as its roar of dominance turns into a shriek of pain. Yeah. Hammer, would you like to go down?
Stop!
Against King Rat?
Yes!
Okay. It's currently outnumbered in melee, so add a +1 to your attack roll. That hit. There's 1 successful die in there. So go ahead and roll strength +1 for your dagger. That is not a success, though. Hem, you are pretty good at landing knife strikes at this frankly enormous rat monster. Fortunately, you're not really able to put enough power behind the blade to really get in there and make it suffer. The big rat, who does not make all the rules, is going to go now, and having seen Benedict and Kem, you both go after its boss, it's going to make a bite attack against both of you. Splitting its action purely for bites. Benedict. That is that's a fail. Kemrutai. That's a success.
How do I counter that?
So you can take a defensive action on your turn to prepare yourself to try to negate somebody, to try to prevent yourself from being hit in the first place. Unfortunately, you did not say you were going to do that.
Yeah, I didn't.
So, actually, I'm going to implement a house rule that I had in a few of my previous games. Thinking about it now, everyone gets automatically 1 defensive action each round, because, like, honestly, If you don't do that,
Aww.
everyone's always splitting their dice pools and shit gets a little whatever. So
Thank
from
you.
here on out, everyone gets a defensive action each round, one for free. This includes the rats.
Oh.
This is not a merciful rule. This is symmetrical.
Fair enough.
So
Double edged real quick.
Yes.
you can go ahead and roll me a dexterity plus dodge, or a let's see here. What do we strength plus?
What's
brawling
a
to-
dodge? I don't see any dodge.
Oh right, that's different World of Darkness games have different skills. Dodge is I think a Chronicles of Darkness and a mage thing.
Can I dance myself away?
Unfortunately, I don't think expression's gonna help here. Give me a dex plus melee. That's one success. It rolled 3 successes though, so it still hits. It has that much strength and it's got that much bite damage, so it rolls 1 point of lethal damage against you. You can try to soak this using your stamina.
Where's my stamina? Where's my
Bottom of
stamina?
physical. Next to appearance.
I don't think.
Above talents. Under attributes. Left side
Oh,
of the
there it is. I'll try to sulk it.
There's no... You can't botch a soak roll, so there's no reason not to try.
So what do I do to sulk?
Roll your stamina dice.
Oh boy.
Plus any armor you have.
I
2
have no
successes.
armor.
This horrible little creature, this horrible creature about the size of a medium dog, runs up on you, screaming and gnashing its teeth. It tries to claw and bite at Benedict, and then, after missing him, it jumps on you and tries to start pawing your clothes and like nipping and biting up at your neck. You manage to shove your hand in the way, and it's biting your hand, but luckily your vampiric flesh is tough enough that it doesn't hurt. As you shove it off of you.
Expensive silk shield.
Oh god, yes! Replacing that, holy crap. It is Francois' turn.
At this point, it's closer to the small one, so swing to that.
Okay. Francois, I established had this much of a melee dice pool. That's 3 successes to hit. The rat will try to dodge it. The rat fails. It is strength plus 2 on a sword. That's a botch die. Removing him 3 successes to 2. He managed to get a nice solid stab into the big, fat, ugly rat. Not the king rat. The pawn rat. The knight rat. The rat bishop. There we go. Evelyn, it's your turn.
Just pushing the wrong button to unmute. So how many targets are left? All
There
3?
is the king rat, and there is the ghoul rat.
So one ghoul rat's been
One
ended.
ghoul rat was obliterated by Kristoff in round 1.
Okay. How bad is the other ghoul rat looking?
The ghoul rat is looking really haggard.
Okay. I will try to shoot it.
Okay. That'll be Dex plus firearms.
Dex and firearms. Okay. And I shall use a willpower.
Okay.
Make sure I counted the number of dice correctly. Dex and firearms, yes, okay.
Ooh.
That's better.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the willpower roll. Roll 10d10.
Okay.
That's
Pretty decent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. That's enough to kill most people in a single shot. It's a crossbow
Nice.
after all. The rat has 3 soap dice. It botched. Kemutai, as you shove this rat off of you, it stumbles back, still on its hind legs, and does like a miniature version that larger rats, the king rats, attempted roar. And as it does, a crossbow bolt goes through one ear and out the other.
Nice.
And it falls over backwards. It is just the king rat left now. Speaking of which,
Eat myself
are
somewhat.
any of you hungry? There's a lot of king rat blood in there. Are any of you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Everyone's blood pool below 8?
13, thank you.
No.
I'm full.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Because now that you're smelling the king rat's blood, it's really weird. It has that same stale aroma, but there is some irresistible sweetness about it that hangs in the air after the crossbow bolt gets shoved out of its back by Benedict, as it sprays and mingles with the mustiness of this level of the ship. It's like a sweet wine, almost like a sangria, if the sangria used fruit that had just about gone off, but still usable. In fact, that sort of sickening sweet almost enhancing the flavor as it hangs in the air a moment.
How's Mary outside?
We
He's
cut the other
outside.
side of the room, and he's just standing there with a knife, just like, okay. Evelyn told me to guard the door. Anyone comes to the door, I'm gonna stab them. She looks like
my
the other room. Wow, I hope they're doing okay, but that sounds bloody insane. No, gotta make sure I stab anyone who comes to the door. Gotta make sure. No, it smells weird in there. Gotta stab the.
Stab the door.
Uh-oh.
She just sort of like starts vibrating. She's so antsy and torn between helping and doing what she's told. Yeah, that was your turn. Well, it's top of the initiative with Kristoff.
Question.
Yeah.
Aiming.
Yeah.
Does it like reduce the...
Aiming takes an action, and it gives you a +1 to your dice pool.
So it's just a +1.
Yeah, so using celerity to aim... Actually,
It
aiming with a
will basically-
firearm gives you a +2. To a maximum of your perception rating. So training celerity to aim is actually a good benefit for you. The once.
Yeah,
wants to do
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I just looked at your sheet, by the way. Specializations do not apply to attributes. So
Oh, really?
reflexes, yeah, that's not a thing. Sorry.
I was not using that anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, just spending one celerity, aiming and shooting the thing again in the heart.
Yep. So remove 1 point of dex from this, but add 1 overall. Also, keep remembering to spend blood for your celerity.
Oh yeah. Just took the point off. So okay. Well, also. Oh well, yeah. Might as well get rid of that last willpower there. Might as well.
Ooh, also important note. There is an ability called Blood Buff you all have access to. You can spend a point of blood to raise any of your abilities, your physical attributes, by +1. And you can do that for 3 times to get all of them up to +1. Just in case, you wanted to have more dice to what's soaking. Or a higher dex or higher strength for damage or attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. One more thanks. So we'll spend 1 blood point to just add that last bit of dex then. How much would that be? Let's see. You said +2 then for the overall roll.
+2 to aim, +1 for your blood buff, and +2 for your celerity, so it's +4 total to your dex plus firearms.
Oh my god.
So that's a total of 3 successes. King Rat has not dodged yet this round. I will attempt to, using... let's say Dex plus Alertness. Yeah. That's... You got... 1, 2, 3, and then 4. It got 3, so you still hit.
Oh my god.
So you're rolling with 5 dice here. Are you going for another? Actually, were you going for another staking? Or
Yeah.
just damage?
Staking.
Oh, well then I'm afraid he dodges it.
Even with the willpower?
You rolled 2 1s, which take out your 2 9s, which means you have 2 successes. It rolled 3 successes on the dodge.
Had to try. God fucking damn it.
Like I said, you guys get a free dodge, they get a free dodge.
Fair enough.
Yep. It is the Rat King's turn. Kristoff, it sees what you're doing, but it's currently very angry at Benedict. I'm going to roll a high-low here. I rolled high. It's going for the higher portion of the initiative. So, +1 for doing a bite, because that is a close accuracy. That's a hit. Hey, would you like to not get bitten by a giant rat?
I would love to try to parry it if possible.
Yeah, go ahead. You're trying to parry the giant rat. Dex plus melee. Oh, dodge is Dex plus athletics. There we go. Now we know for the future. It's on a chart and everything.
Does the dexterity only stay for like 1 round or for the?
Oh, it stays the
extra?
entire scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
When you blood buff, it lasts the whole scene. Okay, so it rolled 4 successes. You rolled -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So as it goes to leap and claw and bite at you, you manage to just swing your sword in a way that it can't get an opening in, and has to end up slowly trying to circle you. The rats are all dead. So, the normal rats are all dead. So, it's Kenrutai and Benedict.
Is there any ability required for blood buff?
Being a
Like
vampire.
anybody can just. Okay, so. Okay, I'll blood buff myself. Increase my dex.
Okay, spend 1 point of blood, you gain a point of dex. For the remainder of the scene.
I'd like to do that.
Get off my friend! Stab!
By the way, since you guys are Gen 8, you can spend up to 3 points of blood on a round. So
Oh,
if you wanted
really?
to blood buff all of your physical stats, that is an option.
I would like to buff 1 to the dex and then 2 to the strength. Can I do that?
Only 1 each.
Oh, 1 each. Okay, I'll spend 3 then.
Okay, so you buff all of your physical stats by 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Kim go She-Hulk.
I mean, so
Forgot
you
my
say
roll.
that, but as you flood a frankly large amount of blood into your body, your muscles grow tighter and more elastic. You feel your bones become tougher, and you do get a little more buff.
What?
Whoa.
More
Muscle cam.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. It's already used its dodge, so yeah, that's gonna be your strength plus 1. And that's a success. You finally stab it.
Hell yeah.
Bring your knife down, right into its upper shoulder. It lets out a roar as it was low and near to the ground, trying to find an opening on Benedict. Not Benedict. Kristoff. I was thinking Benedict because he's going next. On Kristoff. But you do that, and it lets out a horrible hiss. You pull your knife out of its back. Oh wait, no, it doesn't get to try to suck. Not bad. So too early. Botch.
Oh!
I saw 2 ones. It took the damage. Benedict.
I'll punch the rat at the wounds, the king rat.
It is currently outnumbered 3-1 in combat. Take +2 to attack.
Nice. I also blood buff myself for dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what's I already forgot. What's the stats again? Dexterity plus.
Dex plus brawling.
Okay. And then +2, right?
+2, yes, because the outnumbering.
Okay. Oh.
Damn! Oh shit!
That is. Oh! That's almost all that's 7 successes.
Hell yeah.
Do you have
Finally.
a specialization in boxing, by the way?
No, not yet.
Not
I
yet.
don't have an
If you-
XP yet.
If you did, oh. Go ahead and roll strength plus what? Actually, it's just strength for punching. Just straight up.
Oh man.
So that's a point of damage, point of lethal damage. As you kick this, as you punch the shit out of this thing, it looks barely conscious at this point. Haggard, bludgeoned. It's got a few broken bones and a couple of crossbow bolts sticking out of it. Evelyn, it's your turn.
Okay, I shoot it. I already forgot what that roll is.
That is Dex plus firearms.
Dex plus firearms. Okay, that would be.
What you get here? That's.
Oh, did I get any bonus because it's outnumbered? Was that just for melee?
That's just for melee.
Okay.
That's -1, 1 success, 2 successes. So go ahead and roll 6 dice on this. Ooh. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. It is going to try and soak. It soaked 3 of those. That doesn't matter, though, as it is now incapacitated from all the lethal damage it takes.
Oh, good.
Limping, hissing, scratching, and weeping blood, this thing is desperately trying to put space between a lot of you, not paying attention at all to Evelyn as you fire a crossbow bolt right into its body, and it slumps over, giving into its wounds.
Can we check which gen is it?
I would like to find something to like contain it. Like I'm assuming it's bleeding everywhere.
Oh, it's bleeding all over the friggin' place.
Yeah, so I want to find something to put the body in and also to collect some of its blood.
Roll me. I'm gonna call this a luck check here. Roll me a d10.
Yeah, I would like to help looking for canvas or something.
Evelyn, you do still have a bottle of wine bottle on you. From a previous night. Kamrutai, you wanted to find a canvas? Go ahead.
Yeah, like canvas or
like some treated cloth.
sack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even like a barrel that's empty but would hold liquid.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I have bucket with me, right? Oh no, wait, no, I don't have it anymore.
This whole time.
No,
I forgot. No, I don't.
Roll me wits plus investigation to quickly scan this room for a not broken bucket or barrel or like treated canvas cloth. Nothing big enough to hold the rat. There's an overturned crate you could stuff it into, but it's still wood slats. The blood would seep through.
It's incapacitated. Shouldn't we cut the head off?
I'm gonna collect some of the blood. Is it dead or just?
It's currently incapacitated, which means it's effectively passed out. If this thing is a vampire, which it's Kristoff, it's from its bite. That felt like vampire.
Then yeah, I'll ask Kristoff to coup de grace and collect some blood.
Kristoff would nod and just try to chop his head at this point because that fucking hurt. I imagine you passed the bottle too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you press
So,
you press the bottle into it. You can manage to capture 2 points of blood in it of rat vitae. By the way, is anyone at lower than 8? Is anyone at half their blood pool?
Nope.
11.
Not me.
12.
Okay. It's weird. The rat blood shouldn't smell this good, but it does. It's a little disturbing, frankly. As Kristoff, I assume you will be doing as told and cutting this thing's head off.
Yep.
It's breathing... Well, it's not breathing at all, because it's a vampire. Its movements are sluggish and slow to the point in which it's barely moving at all. It is trying to move, it's trying to heal itself, it's trying to do anything as you stand over it and you plunge your sword into the neck, twisting, and with a quick jerk, severing the spinal column and the throat. A small, sputtering gush of blood comes from the stump as the body begins to wither and dry up.
How's everybody?
Desiccate.
It was... I live. Fucking hurt. Though.
I guess I'll be fine. I took a little bit of damage from that. Luckily I had the armor on.
Yes. Well, we should check this room just to make sure there's no others.
I'll look for it. Okay, I'm just gonna look around again. Make sure I should look at the ceiling this time.
Krista.
Can we try investigation plus perception? Yeah, it's lower because of your aspects. Looking around, you don't see any further signs of vampiric rat. At least not in this room.
Christoph would approach Evelyn at this point, to pass the bottle, of course, and we might need to, with this whole mess, we might want to call the captain, just him, however, to report that the problem's been dealt with. The least people that know, the better.
Yes, I will send Mary. We need to cover this somehow, wrap it up and throw it overboard, and all of the blood needs to be dealt with carefully. If any other rats ingest it, and I don't know if it's appealing to mortal rats, but rats will eat anything, so we might have more ghoul rats on our hands if we're not. Well, they would have to be drained first, so I suppose not. Well, no, they wouldn't. They're ghouls. So yes, we must clean this entire thing up. God.
Let's say clean up the big boy, the big rat over here first. Leave the ghoul ones for the report, because we have to show something.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we concealing the vampire rat from the captain, or?
You currently have it 7
How?
head.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the head didn't wither?
The head is withering.
Okay.
Okay,
So there
yeah,
won't
no.
really
At
be much
this
to
point-
see.
At this point, it looks like some kind of horrible mangy dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it
Alright.
looks like a dog inflicted with some sort of skin disease.
I'll open the door enough to speak to Mary and tell her to go fetch the captain, that it's been taken care of.
She visibly jumps a little when you open the door, turning around with the knife bore right to her chest, like she's ready to lunge with it, but doesn't really know how to stab someone. Oh, thank God. It's dead then, eh?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I knew you could do it, Miss Evelyn. I'm sure the others helped, but you're the best, alright? You got it, right?
Yes. Please fetch the captain.
With bells on, ma'am. She bolts. Like, hikes up her skirt
She's
and starts sprinting.
Run into anyone with that knife, anyway.
In the meantime, I would definitely try to see if there's something to, like, either hide it or carry the remains.
What's plus investigation? No, intelligence plus investigation. Yeah, you find intermixed amongst these scraps and refuse, like a torn up piece of canvas sheeting. Looks like it was a blanket due to be sold in the New World or something like that, or maybe a tent. Camping and trapping supplies, maybe. It's been shredded and turned into, like, part of a heap for a rat's nest. But it's still intact enough to drape over some corpses. And then shove them into a corner.
Well, that will do. Just roll the King's Rat's body on that, then.
I'll help.
Give me a Dex plus Subterfuge. With the plus one for one of you. To see how well you, actually, Dex plus Larceny. With a plus one from one of you, to see how well you manage to hide it.
Dex
Now that-
plus.
Now that
Wait.
we're out of the
Larceny.
combat, does this alert?
Aren't we
Yeah.
showing this to the captain?
No.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
This one is to be hidden. The ghouls will stay, though. For now. After combat, does the celerity returns or
Your celerity
next?
returns to normal, so and your blood buff will wear off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, it looks something like a dog now. Perhaps it would convince him.
You said Dex plus.
I can roll that. Not plus larceny, but
Oh, larceny. Oh, there it is. Okay, you can do it.
Larceny
Yeah,
being,
Hector,
like,
could you-
being a fancy word for like crime.
yeah. So repeat the description of the thing again. Sorry.
So-
Just how it looks right now.
The dead Gould rats look like medium-sized, like horrible medium-sized hunting dogs, almost in the form of their bodies, with big guts and like they're the size of hunting dogs. They still look like rats. They also look like they're infested with mange. The head of the king rat at this point looks like a partially rotten dog head. Like it, again, was a mangy dog or had a terrible skin infection. Its body, after the blood gushed out of it, from the severing of the head, began to rapidly dry up and shrivel. To this point in which, it looks like an almost partially mummified thing. As the skin tightens and the flesh recedes, the body is a bizarre mix of like a man's arms from the shoulders down, the rib cage and hips of a rat, and several features of a dog.
Yeah,
like
should
a
definitely
P.T. Barnum
hide the body.
bone construct, like some sort of a horrible Fiji mermaid.
So, new idea, and I would just put it to the decision at this point. We could either hide it or we could move it so that it somehow looks like the rats did that over time, if needed, if possible. Nah, that wouldn't work because it freaking killed someone
it
today.
attacked
So yeah,
someone recently, so not enough time would have passed.
yeah, just hide it then.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay. You dropped the... You... Okay, so... That is a botch. But Kristoff doesn't know it's a botch. And neither would Kemrutai. And...
Can I inspect?
um,
Can I inspect their work or
Can I
something?
see it? Can I see it and point out to him that it's super
well,
obvious?
the thing is, you're helping Kristoff hide it. Evelyn, I'll
Looks
give
super
you
good.
I'll give you a wits plus perception. Perception
look
plus
at those.
awareness.
Can I do a leadership role instead?
Can I chop it into? Can we just chop it into pieces and then put in barrels or something? So when we drop the barrel, it looks easy. It's
We still
easier.
need to blame something for the deaths. Like,
Yeah, she points at the ghoul rats.
I think it looks great.
Honestly, Evelyn, considering you have a horrible, desiccated dog rat head, and no one's gonna notice.
All right, it's fine.
Just
Everything's fine.
present what you have with enough gusto, and no one will care.
Let's hope.
So, a few minutes later, the captain comes down. Looks pretty tired. 'Cause at this point, it's like 3 a.m. And he's awake most of the day as well. Guided by Mary into this dim portion of the ship, holding a hooded lantern in one hand, chatting more light than this room has probably seen in months into here. Yeah, Miss Maddie tells me that you found... Holy fuck, what is that?
We barely recognize it. Some type of dog, perhaps.
Our culprit.
Seems to be a dog.
It was certainly wild.
Are we still covered in blood?
I'm not. I
Yes,
stood
absolutely.
very clear. I stood way back.
The three of you who went up and stabbed and punched it, you are absolutely in the splash zone. Evelyn, roll me charisma plus subterfuge. Because you're lying to him outright.
Charisma and subterfuge, huh? Alright.
Mhm.
I shall... Actually, how much willpower do I have left?
Oh, that's right.
Actually,
yeah,
no,
I have
not
enough. I'll use the willpower as well.
Manipulation, subterfuge. My bad. Because you're just
Manipulation
straight
and subterfuge? Okay. I used a willpower. So manipulation... It's under abilities, right? Oh, no. It's attribute. Okay.
Yep.
Manipulation and subterfuge?
lying. Yes.
Okay. So keeping in mind this is plus a willpower.
Mhm. Okay, so that's 2 successes then.
I would like to read the captain's mind throughout this conversation.
Uh-huh. So, you manage to, with your conversation, keep his attention on you and the skull and the 2 gold rats, so he doesn't bother trying to look around the room. At most, he looks at the blood spatter on Christophe and Francois and Benedict's clothes and body. Well, isn't this a bloody sight? Quite literally.
Oh.
Black fucking shock indeed. It looks like this thing had the mange. And rabies. Probably leprosy. Ugh. Christ
I would love a
preserve us.
bath.
We do need to ensure that the whole area is cleaned of any of the diseased blood,
Mm.
preferably with implements that we can then throw overboard so they will not contaminate anyone.
Well, not much in the way of soap. But vinegar, bit of ammonia. See if we can gather up some old pools and rags. Get our sailors to take a pass over this a couple of times. And a lot of salt from the ocean will probably get it nice and clean. Or clean as it can be.
Salt really
Yes.
helps.
That will do
Speaking
fine.
of, you two, and he points at Benedict and Christoph. Looks like it managed to nick the both of you. I have no idea what's wrong with this fucking monstrosity here, but I'd rather not my employees die of plague on our main
Yes, we'll make
voyage
sure
here.
they're seen to.
I'll have a man raise the doctor.
Oh, don't worry
Which-
about it. My new handmaiden actually is very good at herbal and taking care of wound. I will let her take care of it for them.
Yes, I think that will be suitable. No need to rouse the doctor.
Miss Kenrutai, we have a trained doctor. He does more than cut hair. And
She made a sad puppy face at him, attempting to convince him.
Captain, respectfully, let us wait until the morning if they show any symptoms. For the meanwhile, we shall have the herbalist take a look at them.
He closes his eyes and pinches the pitch of his nose. You are quite literally my employers. But if either of you two gentlemen get sick, you're locked into your rooms until we get to the shore.
Yes, that would be a sensible precaution. Now, Benedict, Christoph, why don't you go with Kim and Kimbertai and see the herbalist? And Captain, do you have any need of anything else from us?
No, you've done quite enough. I'll get the men down here to scrub this out.
Thank you. So she'll kind of gesture to the captain.
He steps out
Alright.
anyway, so you can leave the room.
Can we
Actually, he
leave
needs to
the...
get his men, so he will leave the room himself.
Oh,
Okay. Before we even leave, can we try to dispose the big body?
Yeah, so there aren't any hatches, like openings in the side of the ship in this room, right? It's just all wood.
It's just all wood. Same in the next crew, the next component of the ship. You never saw what was behind the door leading into this, opposite of the door you came in through, though. This is not the end of the ship.
I guess someone can peek through there. I have
So now I'm
a
gonna bring up the floor here.
potential
Y'all
idea.
this is all in this room right here. There is a further space here.
I still would suggest the barrel though. Like put it in the barrel, close the lid, roll it out, and just throw it off the
mean-
deck.
I mean, were there any barrels in the room, or...?
There should be.
There's barrels in the fine goods section. He said as he arranged her tokens.
Well, I know it's, like, terribly hidden right now, but... is it at least... Like... Was it at least good enough for us to pick it up?
It looks like you're carrying a sodden, dead body in a sack.
Let's go for a barrel.
Exactly.
So what's
If
in the
it-
next room?
Fine goods.
This room you haven't checked.
I'll have a peek in there.
What's plus perception? It's not going to be very hard.
What's perception? Why can I never find things? Perception is a attribute. Okay.
It just looks like a pile of old ropes, sheets. Smells a little bad, but you don't see much.
Can I take one of the sheets and use that to wrap up the corpse?
As you pull the sheet away, let me just see if I can find it. You feel your hand get bitten.
Oh, great.
You may roll a soak using your stamina.
How does that work? I haven't done it before.
You roll your total amount of stamina in dice. So if you have 3 stamina, it's
Okay.
3 dice. If you have 1, it's 1. Okay, you succeed. And you pull it away, and a rat bit your hand. And as you rip the sheet away, you see close to like a dozen rodents, small rats, normal actual rats, as well as a number of like small baby ones scurrying around. It seems you found their warren.
Time to kill some rats. Benedict? Christoph?
I'm sorry, I had to
Oh.
do something. I'm back.
There's some rats to kill. Regular,
I punched the rats.
non-vampiric rats.
Oh.
Give me a dex plus brawling there. Benedict.
Okay.
See how many you manage to kill.
Okay.
I'll try attacking too if I can.
Sure, go ahead. How are you attacking them?
Just crossbow.
Do I still get to keep my blood
Extra
buff from the earlier fight?
The blood buff has worn off by now.
Okay.
I
However,
should write down what a crossbow is.
dex plus firearms.
Dex and fire. Okay.
However, Benedict rolled pretty damn good, and Benedict, you just crawl and hunch over into the space because it's got a low ceiling, and you just go to town stomping and kicking. Evelyn, you managed to shoot a rat or two over the course of a minute or so. It doesn't look like you've exterminated every rat in the ship, but you've disturbed this warren. They're not coming back, and it looks like you've gotten the most of them. In terms of, like, if you were thirsty enough and didn't mind the taste, there is enough blood and enough dead broken, bludgeoned dead rat bodies for 4 blood points.
I'll take them if no one else wants them.
I would love some, please.
How many do you
I'll
want?
take- We can split.
Sure. Take 2. Take 2.
Yum, 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 yum. Thank you.
Just the rat capri
Okay,
sauce.
so the exsanguinated rats will go in the sheet with the vampire rat corpse, so they're not suspicious. And then that's all going overboard with a weight of some kind.
Are you trying to conceal the sack full of dead rats and a monster as you move throughout the ship?
It is like 3 a.m., so we'll just have someone go first, like Christoph, and make sure it's clear, and then just have Benedict go after him.
I'm just gonna roll a thing real fast here.
I thought we were gonna put the body in the barrel. Because it's less suspicious that way.
Well, you could try to find a barrel, or you could sneak your way up.
Carrying around a barrel at 3 a.m. is also not super nonchalant.
Better than the body.
Yeah, but it's covered in a sheet.
Okay, so since OP had to step away for a second, I rolled his dice for him. And he succeeded. As he leads, or probably just goes off and carries this sack full of dead rats, peeks his head up onto the foredeck. No one's around, or at least looking at him right now. They're too tired, or just in a different part of the ship. And he quickly just dumps it over the side of the boat while no one's looking.
Nice.
The mangled corpses of a horrible monster, as well as dozens and dozens of just common vermin, go sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
All right. Kim is going to take care of getting Lila to see if she can help, or at least make a show of seeing them. I don't know.
So,
Yes.
as we're currently down a player who had to take everything real fast, and we've been going for a little under 2 hours,
Mhm.
I'm going to call our early break here early.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to be back here in 10-15 minutes or so. Party, our coterie, returns to the private quarters of the ship to tend their wounds and to pretend they're having their wounds tended to by a mortal.
Yes, gotta tell Benedict and Kristoff to go wait in my room, and I'm gonna go talk to Lila by myself.
Okay. Just as a quick note here, if you have bashing damage, if it is wounded to bruised, that'll get better in an hour. If you have maimed level bashing damage, that'll be 3 hours. Crippled will take 6, and it'll heal on its own. If you have lethal damage, if you have more than if you have more lethal damage than hurt, so if it's above hurt, you're gonna need medical attention, or your wounds will get worse. Otherwise, you'll recover from bruised in a day, hurt in 3 days, injured in a week, wounded in a month, etc. Aggravated damage. An point of aggravated damage may only be healed by full day's rest and the expenditure of 5 points of blood.
Oof, okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the full day's rest, you may cure additional aggravated damage health levels by spending additional 5 points of blood and a willpower per extra point of aggravated damage. You're healing.
Because of course.
We're going fishing.
Yep.
Yeah. Aggravated damage. Real bad.
That Rat King's an asshole.
Let me just quickly try to find the rules on blood healing. You may also just spend a point of blood to heal a box of blood bashing and lethal damage 1-to-1. So, yeah. In case you just want to get rid of your lethal or bashing damage fast.
Noted.
Should wear that wound for a while, you know, so people don't get sussy.
Actually, does aggravated damage also get worse over time, or?
No, aggravated damage doesn't get worse over time. It just
Okay.
is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Does it eventually heal itself, or do we have to sweat it?
You do have to spend blood to heal it.
Hmm.
The vampire may end a full day's rest cure. Yeah, no, you can only choose to cure more. You can't let it go away on its own. It really sucks your pissed off. Yeah.
It was worth a shot. Well, we are going fishing. Later.
Right. So, we're going to cut over to Kemrutai, as she is going to go speak to Lila on her own real fast. You knock on Lila's door, I assume?
Yes.
Lila wakes up. No answer.
Knock, 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 knock. Lila, it's me.
No answer.
Lila, open the door right now. Full of noble voice.
You hear some grumbling and the sounds of a few objects shifting about. And then the door opens a few inches, and there's a silver chain between you and Lila in the gap between the door. Do you have any idea what time of morning it is? Because I sure
Good morning,
as fuck don't.
Lila. Yes, it is pretty early. Do you have anything to help with rat bite?
I'm assuming this is more pressing than a little nibble from a rodent.
Yes, we took care of the problem. Some of us get really injured. Thing is, like, I don't think I should let you know about my friend just yet. So I have to take care of this myself. If I have to too, can you let me lend them to me, please?
How bad are we talking? This bite? Like, is it just a flesh wound? Is it good? Would it kill a normal man?
It's like bad.
She closes the door. You hear the rasp of metal on metal, the grinding of wood on wood, a weird rattling of what sounds like hollow sticks, and then the door opens again. Step in. Mind
Okay.
the salt.
He's okay. He steps in. Very careful not to step on the salt.
You step over as the threshold to the room is covered with a small line of white salt. You duck your head down a little bit as there is a string with the bones of several animals hanging from it. You see the silver chain. It's effectively a deadbolt or one of those chain locks you see on some apartments. As well as a chair that was propped up to keep the door from opening, as well as a number of markings painted on the walls and the door in what you assume is red paint?
Nice, Sim. You are settling very well.
It's the best I
Love
can
the
do for now.
decoration.
It's hard to bury iron nails at the foundation of a boat. But it keeps the ghosts out, and it'll keep you out, and it'll keep that prick of a priest out.
Oh, I let the ghosts know not to cross your threshold. You don't have to worry about them.
Good, I wouldn't want to send a soul to perdition for no reason. You may sit in the bed as I work something up to fix your compatriots of their damnation.
Okay. He take a seat on the bed, still taking in the decoration of the room.
She
Remind me of home, this room.
really.
Yes.
She grabs a mortar and pestle. A number of like berries and roots and herbs.
Oh, you have one of these? I used to use that for cooking. You know, you can make chili paste and curry with it too.
Hey, hun, I don't know what a chili is, but
Chili,
people do use them for
really
cooking.
spicy thing.
Right, we're gonna
Like
make something
Benson.
with a bit of zing for your boy, or lass, or whoever. I'll just try to die. Find it later. She grinds up several things into a paste, pours in a drop a bit of like the what looks like, it smells like beer. Mashes the paste together. Spits in it. Pours it into a flask and then sticks it above a candle. And that'll sit for a minute or two. Have you told your ally or allies about our arrangement?
I only told my leader about it. I don't think she is very happy, but she won't attempt anything. Don't worry. She has
See if I
forbid
can
me
patch
from.
you up. Perhaps I'll demonstrate some use here. Though if you think that I'm some sort of actual subject, got another thing coming.
We don't have to be something like that, you know. Like, Can we just be friends?
Do you know what a mage actually is, darling, besides someone who can bend reality to their whims?
No.
Let me tell you a
Do
story.
I know?
An ancient
Mhm.
story. One that goes back to the dawn of time. To the first witch. The woman that taught humanity about magic, who the creator of your ilk stole from. The story of Lilith. Long ago in the land of Nod. The lands outside the Garden of Eden can put by tale of your priests down there. Well, your friends' priests. There was a man cast out of your Christian God's grace. Adam, the first murderer. Killed his brother because God liked a lamb dinner better than a side salad. Right piss reason to murder someone over, but I suppose the practice had to get set somewhere. Cain indeed, yep. So God cast him out and put a curse on him. A powerful one. He'd walk the earth forever, never knowing the warmth of the sun, and watching all that came from him murder each other and die. His blood became the essence of the crime he invented. And he would never know lasting love, and everywhere he would go he would sow misery. And then he found Adam's first wife, the first human being, Lilith. Lilith was gifted, smarter, more powerful, the first mage, the first of my order, the first Verbena. She fell in love with Cain, and Cain fell in love with her. And it was a beautiful thing for a while. She taught him how to harness the power of God afflict upon him, and created vampire magic. They lived and wandered the world together in love, until that bastard betrayed her and stole her power, abandoned her in the middle of a wasteland to die, left her weeping, left her alone. Some say she invented every monster in the world, then that's bullshit. She picked herself up, got her shit together, and never trusted a man, never again, and only gave her gifts to women like herself, and taught humanity the secrets of magic. The secrets meant to protect humanity from all the things in the darkness, to elevate us, to reach the ascension. But you have the blood of Cain in you. You're cut off from those gifts forever. Your soul undergone a process called Galgul. If you ever had an avatar in you, it's dead. The thing that lets you make magic, dead. Deader than dead. Turned into a monster.
Aww.
And it's my duty to protect mankind from monsters, dear. Now, you're a vampire. Vampires are honestly some of the least worst. You look after each other, you keep your numbers low, and you know that if you truly tried to ruin humanity, humanity would kill you. Besides, deals can be made, and there are bigger enemies out there. Which is why we're having this conversation, and why I'm building you a healing potion, and why I'm willing to work with you. We can
Look
be
at
allies,
me.
dear, but I'm not sure we can ever be friends.
Lila, look at me. Do I look like someone who would ever want to harm other human?
Dear, it doesn't matter if you want to or not. That's the sad thing about you, about all of your kind. You could be as saintly as Jesus' left nut. But the thing that could have let you become me, become enlightened, unleash your power to the cosmos, and reach out for the ascension, has been turned into a slavering hunger for murder by a curse from the Christian God. You could be the sweetest girl I ever met. I could fancy a fair bit, like you, be a friend. But that thing inside of you, one day, no matter how hard you cage it, it's gonna come out and it's gonna kill someone. No matter how hard you keep it in check, because you live forever. And in a long enough timeline, forever means anything will happen.
She looked bummed. She just looked down really sad.
Now, that doesn't mean we can't be cordial, that we can't help each other out. It just means that I'm never truly gonna let my guard down. And neither should you, friend. Well, associate, I suppose. Because one day I might find that there's no more monsters left to slay except the one that helped me get that far. And one day a healing poultice, and she unclasps the little glass vial from the little thing she had dangling over a candle, might be a poison to unleash your trapped soul from the corpse that it's rotting in. She hands it to you. It's still a little warm, but not to the point in which it causes any discomfort.
She takes the potion.
But I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this much for anything. I have enough enemies, being what I am, and I have a short enough lifespan, being that I ain't immortal, that my betrayal will probably come much after yours. 'Cause then I'll be dead by old age by then. That or fucked off to some edge of the cosmos. There's a lot of strange shit out there, darling.
Well, thank you for this.
Oh,
I still take on the offer. I still take on the offer to help the hairless salty.
Sorry, one more time?
She'll take on the offer to make the hairless salty.
Sure. Now, okay with you, it's bloody fucking knows what in the morning. I'm going back to sleep.
Alright, you have a good night. She
If
just
that's whichever your
slowly
friends
back
is
out
no
the
speaking
room.
up. She watches you leave the entire way, and when the door closes, you hear her shove the chair back in the way, slide the bones back across the door, the metal on metal of the silver chain sliding into place, and you hear her dropping down to her knee, no doubt checking the salt.
Okay, she'll wait until the door is closed before she go back to her room.
You heard that after the door was closed.
Oh, okay.
You've got
Go back to the
you've got
room.
very good perception.
Well, guys, here it is. This will help with the rat bites.
It is a single vial of a semi-opaque greenish liquid.
And she showed it to Kristoff and Benedict.
Like a weird greenish brown.
Hello?
Where's the talk? That was fast. Where?
That room, like, the one that was free, now occupied by Lila? I may have made a pact with Lila. Yes, so she's off the limit. Like, do not go into her room. Do not bring harm to her. or else I don't know what is going to happen to me.
Okay,
Like-
simple enough.
Mm-hmm. Here, like let me take a look on your wounds.
Wait, let me check
Ah.
your character sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Christoph, Christoph, you're not so badly hurt that you won't get better on your own. It's just the big Your injured will go away tomorrow, but your bruised and hurt are both aggravated, which means you need to spend the blood to get rid of them. Benedict, you only have the 1 point of aggravated damage, so you're basically fine until you spend the blood to get rid of that. You know, you won't heal. You won't get any worse.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have to roll anything to like take care of their wounds?
No. Neither of them are hurt enough that they'll like get any worse on their own, and they don't need help healing. Plus, you
Okay.
can't really heal their aggravated damage.
Yeah.
So shock.
Sure.
They just need blood and rest.
Well, rest it is then.
Oh, Christoph.
Hmm?
Actually, never mind. I'll come to you later.
At least you say so. Imagine we're done here then. And starting to feel a little hungry after that. Just not really. Could do with some fishing now that there's not a longer, no longer have a rat problem.
Yes, but you're supposed to be injured.
Yes. I'll just bandage it. I guess, yeah, I'll just spend the night doing that. At least pretend. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
I can go get some pig blood.
Nah, I'll figure it tomorrow. No worries.
Okay. You get a good rest.
He nods and go back to his room.
After everybody left, Kim's gonna morph. I got rejected for a friendship proposal.
Right. So, time moves forward. I'm going to move forward by a week.
Mm-hmm.
You are now on your 4th week on the sea. During this time... Okay.
During that week, can I check on like the new ghosts, like set them in, making sure like they're well taken care of, and all the ghosts know not to cross like Layla's threshold. See if they need anything to like move on.
So, as you, I was gonna say, you have, considering that you spent like the first 3 days of the week hunting rats, you are going to have enough time for one action during the week, one sort of big action like fishing or whatever. Just astral projecting and telling some ghosts some stuff. That I'll like do that on top of your one action because that's like a certain conversation that needs to happen. It's not gonna take you like half a week.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that later.
But when you do go to do it, the other ghosts, they don't know where the new guy went. He's not here anymore.
Good to know. Apparently they move on. Still warn them about not to cross the threshold, though.
Mm-hmm. That you do.
Yes.
Okay. So, time moves forward. Let's discuss your actions. The vigil continues the whole week for protection as well as the dead man. So this passenger cabin is stuffed full of people the whole damn week. How do you all feed yourselves?
So it's a week, so we're using up 7 points, right?
Oh, by the way, Cam, who did you end up giving the vial to?
Who among the you two that takes it?
Didn't Christoph take it?
It was
Christoph
left
could
in.
use it more.
Christoph, when you imbibe the vial, your wound burns. It searing hot courses through your body as you feel the potion making its way to that spot. Blood and pus and rot ooze out of it as the flesh knits and mingles. And you spend like a half hour wiping the spot down, but you lose a point of aggravated damage in the end. As your body rejects the damage done to it in that spot. And through some kind of gross, but seemingly natural process, mends itself back together.
Let's go. Let's go, but also ow.
Fishing time?
Fishing time.
The curfew is lifted, and the devil patrols are ended, so you could go back to fishing if you wanted.
Would that be the one action that you can do for the week?
That would be it.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna... Let's see. Is anyone going to use any of the pigs this week?
Not me.
I'm gonna need some. Because I don't
Okay.
trust my fishing ability alone.
How's Mary doing?
You no longer know.
No longer know.
So over the course of the week, Mary's sort of clinginess towards you sort of goes away. And she just sort of, stops reporting in how much he's missing, following you everywhere you go. And sort of just, as far as you're aware, starts taking care of her own needs.
They grow up so fast.
They
haven't been feeding
are
her?
still very respectful and, will do what it does what you tell without much of a push. But something has changed in Mary, that she's no longer like a lost puppy following you everywhere she can go.
Interesting. I have a few things that I want to do. I don't know how much of it I can do. But I need to make sure that she's obviously feeding, but not doing anything suspicious if possible. So,
Okay. So what do you do?
well, I'll tell you what I want to do, and you can tell me how much of it I can do. I want to check the rat blood for heritage, so I can know who or what created it.
Okay.
I want to coordinate with Mary about how she's feeding herself. I need to give the non-blessed wine to Father Murdoch before the next mass.
Mm-hmm. So, you can get Murdoch the wine, no problem. You can check the heritage of the rat, no problem, because that's a single ritual that takes a couple hours tops. But you wanted to manage like follow Mary around and like have her show you how she's been feeling.
No, I just want to have a conversation with her, like,
Okay,
how are you
that's
taking
simple
care of
enough.
that? Just make sure that she's not doing anything super suspicious or whatever.
Okay, let me just roll for last feeding then. Because she did do it, and like a big girl, she took responsibility and action. I just need to see if anyone got sick from it. Let's see. I'm loading up the rules on feeding. That's success. That's a success. That's a success. Okay. So you find Mary one day, and she looks well fed. She looks full. She looks chipper. You talk to her?
Yeah.
Oh, Evelyn, it's can I help you at all?
Sorry, I didn't catch that last word.
Can I help you at all?
Oh. I just wanted to check how you were doing. You seem well. You're taking care of yourself discreetly.
Oh yes, I absolutely have been. Actually, I had a brilliant idea, in fact.
Yes.
And well, you helped me this far, and you're sort of and you're in charge here, and you're probably my best friend, so I might as well tell you. So Starna Claudio, and he told me that oftentimes a vampire will assemble something called a herd, a group of willing individuals to partition their blood, their service and blood to a vampire. So I made one. I got 3 blokes in the neighboring part of the ship who have been feeding me.
Under what guise?
Well, this is the tricky part. Just real thoughts. I turned them into ghouls.
I don't know that you understand my question.
How do you mean?
To the rest of the ship, what does it appear that you're doing when you're visiting these men?
Well, it appears that I'm delivering them their dinners because I offered Mr. Benoit to help him out around because I've just gone stir crazy. And when I do it, I've slipped a bit of my blood into their cups, and they drank it, and now they're utterly smitten with me because they're my ghouls. And they do what I say, and well, at first they were going to fight over it, and then I told them, gentlemen, I'm a good Christian woman, and if they want to try to court me, they can, but violence is not the answer and all that. And they all laid it up like puppy dogs. And, I mean, they're big, tough, strapping men, so if anything goes wrong, they could defend me, and, you know, they didn't think twice when they said, and they did some blood. They didn't even ask about it.
And you understand you'll have to keep supplying them with blood to keep them in this state.
Once a month, yes. Here's the thing, not a one of them got sick. I think it's because of the Ghouling. Makes them tougher, makes them more durable. Besides, I didn't ask them for their blood, you know. I said, oh, David, meet me at the forecastle under the beautiful moonlight. Maybe we can have a discussion. And then I, you know, bit him instead of kissing him. Then I did it with Arnie, and then I did it with John. Not did it. That's, no, not like that. Just, you know, told them to discuss a relationship. I'm still getting Irish. Sorry. Lila, when did you get here?
Well, be careful. Do not gain yourself a reputation for leading men on. Do not let others see you with them, if possible.
But that's the lovely type, isn't it? All the good Christian boys and girls are all crowded in the remembrance, and these blokes don't want no one to know that they're fooling around. It's all about discretion is the key. Everything. Pretty sure you're the one who told me that one.
Yes. That is true. Well, I have things to attend to.
All right. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you, Mary.
She smiles. Not quite that, like, excited ear to ear, oh my god, you praised me smile that she used to do. But she's still pleased as punch that you seem to approve of what she's doing. Or at least...
Oh, she thinks I approve. Oh dear.
Haven't, like, you know, she counts this as a good interaction. Right, oh, also, Kemutai.
Yes.
Your mage ally, Lila, she has told you that she needs supplies for the creation of the blood she promised you.
Oh.
The better quality it is, the more blood she can make, the more easily. She brings up your pigs. A whole pig, you can make 2 persons worth of blood out of. Probably. Because actually, no, like a person and a half. Because a pig's the size of a person and a half. And a pig's almost a man anyway.
Well then, time
Bottle
to
of wine,
butcher
she
some
could turn
pig.
that into a point of blood. A rat she can turn into probably 2. A fish would be hard, but the bigger the fish, the more blood she could get out of it.
So pig is equal to 6, correct?
A pig would be equal to 15.
Holy shit. Well then, I would like, yeah, attempt to butcher a pig and then put in a bucket.
She needs the whole pig.
A whole pig, okay.
The whole last animal.
Yeah,
Brought
she's
to
gonna
her.
have brought to her.
As much she doesn't need the whole pig, but the more of the pig you get to her, the better. Basically.
Kim's gonna approach Kristoff with it. Kristoff, I need help.
What is it?
Let's say if you could get a lot of human blood every week, but you have to conceal a pig and deliver it to a private quarter, would you be able to do it?
He would tilt his head and be like, I have so many questions right now, but if just moving a pig, I guess I'll find a way.
Yes. Just bring it to me and I'll bring it to her so she doesn't know who you are.
Oh, so you're bringing it to the... Okay, yep, I see.
Yes. It's part of our deal. She turned any other blood into human blood.
It shouldn't be that hard. I'll see what I can do.
Yes, I know it. You're the best.
So,
That said, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Just wanna ask, like, will that count as my big action if I do?
Sneaking a pig to Lila Gibbs' room. I'd say that counts, yeah, because that's a bit. That's. Pig's fucking heavy, and sneaking it across an entire ship. Tricky.
I will help with, like, try to get attention of the people on the way away while he's, like, getting the pig there. It's a two-man operation.
Sure. You can help. The first question is, how do you kill the pig? Or do you try to sneak a live pig
A live
across
one.
the ship?
So to that, I asked you. The route itself. One second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So to bring it from like storage. Wait, from the storage room here? Is there a door open into the storage or no?
So this goes all the way across, straight in a line. You go all the across here, and each of these ladder staircases go up a level. Hallway goes all the way across, up a level.
So after that, would the pig have the body left to be cooked?
You would need to ask Lila about that.
Okay, I'll go knock on her door and ask her about it.
The whole sequence and rigmarole of her unlocking her various wards and charms and blockades goes through, and then she looks at you and says, "What do you want?"
So, about the pig.
Mm-hmm.
When you said the whole pig, would there be any meat left?
Oh, plenty of meat.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
You're not going to be eating the meat, are you?
I'm trying to make an excuse to move the pig here.
Let me ask you something, dear.
Yes?
Are you comfortable with the idea of people eating people?
No.
I wouldn't use the meat then.
What?
Well, I'm turning the pig blood into man's blood. It's going to turn other parts of the pigs into man parts too. I'm not gonna turn the pig into a man. Don't. It's not that far. But, you know, eating man's not a good idea.
It is not.
Here's the excuse you give if anyone asks. I've worked with animals before. I've done it a lot. You're seeing if the pig is sick. You're bringing it up to me to see if the pig is dying. Because it looks sick. And then when I'm done my examination, the pig will have been indeed very sick, and we're going to throw it overboard.
Okay, that is much better. Yes. Okay, thank you. I'll do that then. Just
Go
can't
ahead and
wait
bring
for
the
the
trotter
pig.
to the slaughter.
All right. Just gonna like go back, go back to Kristoff. Okay, so she, we'll have to throw the whole pig away afterward, cause she's turning the pig into a human. Well, not completely human, but like human organ. So human pig.
The more you talk, the least I understand it is. Let's just get on.
All right, so this is what we do. We tell them that the pig looks sick, and we're gonna have a shake on it, and then we just, if they ask, we just have to throw it away because the pig is really sick.
We could also just bring it below instead. Just storage, to the storage room and storage, and just bring it directly into one. It's most likely that there's no less people that way, anyways. And and we would avoid the whole Christian section of the ship at this point.
All right, let's do that. Yeah, I'll look ahead, making sure nobody's passed by that way. Why Kristoff is like, move the pig over.
They're trying to guide a live pig into the room of a witch.
Rope? That's a rope, right?
Yeah, no, you definitely have a rope. Otherwise, you couldn't do it. So, are you trying to like guide it, or are you gonna hog tie and carry it?
Kristoff?
Looking at my answer, one sec. Guess I could try guiding it.
Okay. Please roll me. Let's call this. Sorry.
What if we use the leftover food to like dangle in front of the pig?
You could do that. It would change things a little bit.
Yes. I'll help with that.
Give me a intelligence plus animal ken.
I think that's you.
Will do.
You have one extra die for using food to guide it.
Yes.
That's a good
The
roll.
extra die.
That's a good roll. So using an old apple, or like a cold plate of food you picked up from the galley, crusty old chunk of bread or something, you manage to quietly, with just the sound of its hooves hitting the wood and the snorting and snuffling of its snout, guide one of the pigs up to Lila Gibbs' room. Lila opens the door. Kristoff, do you bail by the time Lila opens the door, or?
Yeah, she's gonna ask Kristoff to bail before we get there.
He will
just obfuscate to a corner or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now get it in. She takes it in. Come back at the end of the week.
Okay. Okay. So only 1 week, 1 pig per week?
Honey. And I'm literally a miracle worker if you look at it the right way, but I'm not that fast. And this is a lot of food.
Okay. Okay. That's understandable. Good luck! She gives like a thumbs up and slowly back away.
And Kimbertai, you hear this because your perception is very good because of your aspects. You hear a squealing noise and the sounds of bone snapping.
She
After her
cries.
vocals. Right.
I'm so sorry.
At the end of the week, you may claim 15 points of blood, with which you may distribute. Or drink, or do whatever.
So this week was only 4 days away, or are we counting all the whole week, 7 points?
The whole week, yeah.
Yeah, mark off another... I think we only actually did 2 days of searching the ship, so mark off another 5.
Okay, mark up another 5.
Alright.
And
So this week
that's-
is only 5 days?
Yeah, because you spent 2 days in-game searching the ship.
I don't think we subtracted blood for those days.
If you didn't,
Oh, I did.
then subtract for the full week down.
So it should be, yeah, 7 total.
I did subtracted.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I do have a question, Hectic, on one of
Yeah.
the things. I'm gonna send you a DM.
Okay.
Just tell me if this takes a big action. If I wanted to start.
Oh, you can just do that.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't take a big action. You could just do that.
Is Kim gonna offer her friend any blood?
Yes. She's gonna give bigger cut to Kristoff, though Kristoff is the one doing the hard work. And the rest she's just gonna take and share with the others.
Okay,
So
let me
how
know how
much
much
do
you get.
Yeah, how much do you take for yourself, and how much do you lend out, like, you give out to share?
Like, how much did Kristoff take?
I mean, you tell me, it's your blood.
Like, she's probably give you half of it, like, unless you're already full before then.
That's gladly take half, because enough.
Half of 15 is 6 or 7.
I'd say no, that's just 6, so you can split the other.
Okay, she's gonna take the rest and then share with the others.
Okay.
So, like, 3 each.
All right. Cam, you take 3. You give 3 points of blood to Evelyn and Benedict.
It's like, Evelyn, Benedict, look! Blood!
Nice. How'd you get that?
Magic!
When you consume the blood, it tastes
Okay.
like mortal blood. It's off though. Like, it's hard to put your tongue on your taste your words to it. It's the equivalent of today drinking like like one of those. You ever have like red drink that claims to be like fruit juice?
Yes. True blood. Basically, we're drinking true blood.
punch.
Yeah, it's not even fruit punch. It's red. It tastes
Red.
like a facsimile of a facsimile of actual blood. Like someone has
Interesting.
imitated it and then it has this weird aftertaste that sticks with you for a while.
And it fills us up
It
as
fills
normal.
you up all the same. It's just doesn't taste good. Better than a
Should put
rat.
artificial sweetener in it.
Better than a rat. Better than a fish. But you can tell there's something wrong.
Fair. Yeah, I'm gonna need to feed off. Keep forgetting how much blood. Is it 2 points of blood you can take from a human before it's dangerous?
You can take up to 3.
Up to 3 before it's dangerous?
Yep. Past
Okay.
3, it's considered dangerous. Let me just read the rule for you real fast on how I roll for sickness, though. 2. When fed on mortals, roll dice equal to their blood points above 5. On a success, they will generate 3 blood points at the end of the month. On a failure, they become ill.
Okay.
If a mortal has good rations, ones do not negate successes.
Over the course of this trip, I've fed on 5 of my herd.
Mm-hmm.
Have they recovered at all?
They will the next week.
Okay. So
For the
I'm
sake of
gonna feed off.
convenience, next week I'm gonna refresh the 5 who've already been fed off of.
Okay. I'm gonna feed on 2 more, one at the start of the week and one at the end.
Okay. How much do you take?
3 from each.
Okay. 1 is fine. The other is fine.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
So the 5 that I fed on before, they'll reset next week, but those 2 will still have that status.
Those 2 are still... The 2 you fed on this week are regenerating, have begun regenerating blood.
Okay. Do I have time to also have a conversation with Claudio?
You can, yes.
Okay. Whenever that's convenient.
Real fast, I'd like to see how Benedict and Kristoff are acquiring the rest of their blood.
Okay.
Especially because they've been wounded and both need to get rid of a point of aggravated damage.
Yeah. You first, Benedict, or?
I'll just feed off of the crewmates, I think. Whoever I could take blood off.
So what's your hunting method? How are you seeking out individuals and then getting a nom in?
Oh man, I need help with taking care of the horses.
Okay, so you're gonna lie. Give me manipulation plus subterfuge. To lure people downstairs. So that's success. You managed to lure over the course of the week 1 sailor away.
Nice, good enough.
Mhm.
I'll take 3 from him.
Okay. That's... let me see here. That sailor is fine.
Nice. Okay.
I'm casting a spell. Yay. I keep forgetting my dice for that. Yeah, okay. So, Kristoff, how are you hunting?
Over the week, the room is being cleaned too. The one that's the mess just happened, right?
Yeah.
Are they cleaning during night or just during day?
During the day. It's not so much of a pressing matter that they have them cleaning overnight, and they probably only needed the 1 day to do it. 2 to be thorough.
It was worth a shot. Any particular either passengers or sailors that would happen to be somehow partying, aka alcohol. You know, there's just someone who's
Not really, no.
I would
I mean,
still.
you could tempt
Mhm.
someone to it. You have access to liquor that the common crew and passenger wouldn't have.
I would do so because I have a use for the bottle anyways.
Hmm. So, how do you lure someone into seclusion with a bottle of wine, let's say?
This point is just person in the crew just after just be like, hey, it's been a long day. Mind if I accompany them? Just inviting them to a drink after a cold day. Just trying to just lure them in.
Give me manipulation plus, I'm gonna say expression. To get someone to effectively, try to get some people to, you know, have a drink and unwind somewhere secluded. That 10 can't be negated, so you get at least one crew member to hop open a bottle of wine with you and drink under the stars.
Wow.
That is good enough. Well, then I will top the night with a nom for 3.
Okay. And I keep rolling 10s. That crew member is not made ill. But it tastes so much better than the crap Cameron Ty gave you, too. Same for you, Benedict. It's actual blood, though, Christoph, you can taste the wine in the blood, which is extra nice.
God, I missed this. I missed this. Afterwards, just guess. I think I'm emptying the bottles of the actual wine that I had to take to like pretend. Just take the bottle to my room too.
Mm-hmm. Now, Evelyn, you wanted to talk to Claudia.
Yeah.
He opens his door and you knock on it. Evelyn, do come in.
Thank you, Claudia.
She steps as far aside from the doorway as he can to let you into his room.
She'll step through and stand like further in, so it's like respectful distance.
Mm-hmm. Can I help you with something?
I wanted to see how you were doing.
Homing up fairly well. I've made myself a known figure amongst the mortal crew and passengers. I'm somewhat well liked, although they seem to think I'm anachronistic, old-fashioned.
Well, that's the risk we run, is it not?
It is indeed. Seems I must update my fashion, as well as my manner of speech in some ways.
You haven't an ancient religion to hide behind.
The guise of a
Well-
religious scholar or practitioner is not one so difficult to place on. It is... I pretend to be Italian, is the issue.
Huh.
And one of the people here is Italian. Most Englishmen wouldn't know an Italian if it came up and bit them on the ass. I've had to convince this Italian that I'm from Corsica.
Well, few enough know any of that place.
Indeed.
I had an interesting conversation with Mary earlier.
Have you?
She seemed to be inspired by something that you'd said.
Has she? Clever.
Should I be concerned?
And why would you be? I am simply imparting some wisdom when she asks questions.
Do you think she is capable of using your wisdom wisely?
There are newborns stumbling around the world.
Yes, but they're not my problem, are they?
He tilts his head a bit. You're the one who decided to drag her along.
Yes, and it was working well until now.
I taught her the basic functions of her new being. What the blood does. How it works on mortals. Of the disciplines that I know of, and what she should be able to do. You said she was Ventru?
Yes.
I explained to her what dominate was. I explained to her what fortitude was. And I explained to her what presence is. I believe those are Ventru powers. She has a natural gift for one or two, it seems. I also explained what happens when we cross running water, or when you cross running water, of silver and crosses and stakes. The basics. Had you had these conversations with her?
I have had certain conversations with her, yes. There have been people to manage and a reputation to keep. I've not had as much time as you.
He nods a bit. And you were planning on what? Keeping her in the dark about her nature as an undead for a year, drip feeding her scraps of knowledge?
No, I was hoping that at some stage I would have more time when I'm not being turned into a hunter of vampire rats or managing whatever other distraction happens, but here we are. She has information now, and I merely was curious as to your motive.
Evelyn, we've been on a boat for a month. Your recent habit or hobby of drinking fish rather than hunting, notwithstanding, you had plenty of time to teach her the basic ways of kindred life. Many a sire would have already abandoned their child by now.
This ship is a confined space. I was not hoping to tempt her to try anything, to get creative, and now she has.
Oh, what has she done that has offended you so?
She has made 3 ghouls.
That is a drastic step.
Yes. Can you see why I was going slow and steady with her?
I could see that, yes. Clever thing, that, though. He almost, his face moves almost as if he's about to smile, but then he thinks, it's like he thinks better of grinning. I think I see what she was reasoning at there. I told her that ghouls share vampiric resistances. We are harder to hurt. We are resistant to sickness.
Yes,
The
she's
main-
made herself 3 infatuated hearty blood bags.
There are worse things. I myself wonder why you do not keep yourself the company of such enthralled beings. Are you that picky? Are you going to go without any servants beyond cattle?
My reasons are my own. But I have the wisdom to know that in a confined space where we cannot merely pick up and leave town, creating such powerful beings all at once of a confined number of other humans. Well, we shall see if there are any unexpected consequences.
He shrugs slightly. Chalk it up to accidents of youth. The girl was only turned a month ago. You know, for a moment I thought
Yes.
you were going to come in here and blame me for the breaking of her blood bond.
No. I was unaware.
You were unaware that you blood bonded her, do you? Well, do you need instructions on the basics of Vitae?
Apparently.
The master seems to have skipped several lessons and assumed you would have learned on your own. You fed her your blood, yes? When you first met?
No. No, I did not. I used a ritual.
Yes, you did, actually.
Is that what the ritual does?
No, you straight up let her drink from you.
No, I did not. I very specifically did not. I used the ritual.
Which ritual?
I'll link it to you.
Because you have a lot of rituals. You can't learn any more than what you started with.
Yeah, these are all that I started with.
Okay.
It is Blood Rush. It was just meant to calm her down. It wasn't actually giving her any blood.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ah! Motherfucker, I've been playing Mary wrong for last month. Okay, great.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Maybe she's more cunning than we thought.
Rewind that bit where he said, "Oh, do I need to teach you how your blood works?" Okay. Apparently you know what to sign.
No, Evelyn's very, very paranoid about that.
Well then, instead of saying that, well, perhaps merely the honeymoon phase is over. She still holds you in incredibly high regard. If you wish to correct her behavior, do it.
It's not her. You'll think me foolish.
Beg pardon?
It's not her behavior as a vampire. It's... She's leading 3 men on. It's discomforting for me.
It is not a matter of her undeath. It's a matter of her Christian chastity.
I told you you'd think I'm foolish.
He grins. Evelyn, you are far more human than I gave you credit for.
Suppose I should be flattered by that.
It's a good sign, Evelyn. I have not become a vampire myself to hold on to my humanity. It is something I hold and cherish dearly. It is a compliment.
That's the only reason that I mention it. But still, I know it looks ridiculous.
It is a
But
natural tool of vampires to create servants to aid them and to use various wiles and paths and methods. It is also possible to break the enchantment, the blood bond of a ghoul upon a vampire. Or a vampire upon a ghoul. They will not be pleased with it.
No, that seems dangerous as well.
After several weeks, they will begin to almost crave her. The attraction will become immense, something too intense for the uninitiated to overcome. There are a few options forward. She can either enlighten them into their existence, if they seem amenable to it. Or we let them beat the shit out of each other and they're thrown in the brig until they sweat it out of their existence.
I fear them attempting to break down her door when they become too ravenous.
A ghoul has potential for great power, Evelyn. With the blood of adventure in them, they will become more charismatic, full of themselves. Bit tougher, they might get stronger. But all in all, it takes time for a ghoul to become much more of a threat than a normal human. Our main advantage is that we're hard to kill.
Again, that's not... I fear for her reputation, alright? I fear for my reputation and association.
A pretty young girl is infatuated by the attention of three handsome men, so her nun and guardian corrects her on this and gets her with the right path. A common story. Youthful indiscretion. What? She looks like she's 19? It'll be forgotten.
But she is no mere child. She is powerful. I do not assume that she will simply fall under heel should I give her an order. And this step, it shows that. I had worried that you were attempting to have her in some way challenge my authority, but I suppose I have been remiss to not teach her faster. God, you should have seen her when I found her. She was like a scared cat, like a kitten.
He's going to roll wits and empathy on you to try and gauge whether you're not being genuine with him, particularly in your moralization of her reputation.
She's not trying to hide anything. She's deadly serious that she's worried people are gonna, think that she's a loose woman.
He smirks. Evelyn, I will become clean with you. I will confess at the confessional, or whatever. I was, in a way, attempting to prepare her as a backup plan. To get her to become an independent, thinking individual, capable and of understanding her abilities. So in case the worst occurred, betrayal, death, what have you, I would still have a source of vitae. This step she's taken, to me, shows initiative. Perhaps misguided on a moral level, but it makes a practical sense. You are a leader, Evelyn. One that was cold enough that I thought you abandoned your humanity and was using the guise of a priestess like a fine-honed sword. I did not know that this was real. He gestures at the cross and, like, you know.
I was about to take my vows when I was embraced.
Well, if that is the case, then I suggest you do as leaders do. Do as a nun would do. And have a serious conversation with her. About chastity. Or proper dating etiquette. Enlighten her on more productive methods of feeding that don't involve feminine wiles. I don't know.
Well, thank you for your time.
He nods. Oh, if you could, please remind Benedict, Kemrutai, and Christoph that they owe me blood.
I've not
Yours
delivered
is
yet?
the only I've supped upon lately.
I shall remind them, yes. That's rather disrespectful. Very well. Are you otherwise provided for?
I have a vial that will last me the rest of the next leg of the trip. But if we are to hit bad winds and be on the ocean for a full 3 months, I'd rather not turn to dust, because...
No. I mean, your other needs.
Oh, no. The food's actually quite good aboard the ship. Lots of fresh fish and pork.
Yes,
I am
right.
entertained by games of strategy and chance with the others, and they've stopped finally vomiting so much. It's been quite the pleasant cruise, save the moral panic. Father Murdoch despises me, I think.
He does?
He does.
What makes you think that?
He thinks that I'm a scholar and a heretic. He's correct. Well, I do keep gods, but mine are older.
Well, he may be, more jealous than the god that I know. So long as you believe in a god, I have no quarrel with you.
He shrugs. You are more accepting than most of your need, then.
I've lived a long time. I've known many hypocritical priests and other sorts. I think so long as one is concerned with one's soul, then that's a wonderful place to start.
One day I will walk the fields of Elysium. But I will keep that day far away as possible. After all, there are doubts when you've been around for as long as I have.
Well, I hope any doubts you have prove false.
I hope your God brings you comfort as the centuries pass.
He always has. Good night.
To you as well. He steps out of the room to let you exit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a note. He wanted 1 point of blood from each of you, so you can make the transatlantic trip, and he'd have 4 available. And Evelyn's the only one who paid in advance.
I actually gave him 3 points of blood.
You gave him 3. I noted that you gave him 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gave him 1, and then I overfed and I gave him 2 more.
Okay, cool.
So that I wouldn't lose it overnight.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I will remind the others.
Yeah. Oops.
So I come back to one question now, Evelyn. How are you feeding?
I already told you I was feeding on 1 member
Right,
of my
you did
herd
at the
3
very start,
points
right,
at the start of the week, and
Yeah.
then at the end of the week 3. Yeah, and they were fine. You did the roll already.
Yep, okay, cool. That's all of the feeding done then. Cool. Unless someone wanted to go fishing.
Fishing!
Do you have
Wait,
that?
no, you don't have time because you spent a lot of time doing other shit. Right, of course.
Do you even need the blood?
Oh, yes. I do need
need-
5 points, actually.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah,
for
I
fun
think-
at this point.
Was the pig Kim's big
Yeah.
action? Or yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Benedict.
3
Actually,
more
no,
Did
points.
what did
Kevin
Benedict
would
do?
have time to do it. Actually, no, Benedict, you'd also have time to do it because you just hunted normally.
Mm-hmm.
So did Kristoff. So actually, Kemutai, Benedict, and Kristoff, you'd all still have your actions left. So if you did want to go fishing,
Fishing!
I can go find the fishing
Fishing!
chart.
Let's go.
Isn't everyone happy that I invented fishing for blood?
You know, the
Hell
funny
yeah.
thing is, I ran a D&D campaign once where there was, like, part of the thing was exploring the Underdark, and no one wanted to do the fishing minigame, even though if you rolled really well, you could
Aw.
find magic items.
Oh my god. I'd be
Holy
fishing all the time.
Every time they found a body of water, it's just like, oh, let's just camp here, get some supplies, and move on. No one's going fishing.
Fishing.
When they realized there were magic items at the bottom of it, at one point they used a high-level spell to just drain the lake.
Dicks. That kind of party, huh?
It was the end of a level 20 campaign.
Oh.
So yeah, fishing. Go ahead and give me a dexterity plus survival if you wish to fish.
Fishing!
Sorry, dexterity? Oh, there it is again. Oh, where did I go fishing?
Ah, come on.
Oh, come on. You rolled, like, a lot of successes there. Okay, Kemutai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. We are on this section of the fishing chart. Actually, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes then. So you managed to dredge up 2 blood points worth of fish Huh. You manage to drag a small porpoise onto the deck of the ship.
I'll show it to everybody.
Small dolphin.
Show it to everyone.
Actually, no, it would be a small shark. Like a hammerhead. Dolphin would be big. Lots of success for that. Christoph, that's 2 successes. You managed to get 1 point of blood worth of fish. Benedict, you found a boot.
Fuck!
Oh.
Oh, no, other way around. No, Benedict. No, yeah, Benedict, you found a boot. Christoph, you did get 1 point of blood. Out of fish.
Okay.
Benedict, are you hungry?
No,
How hungry are you?
just a little.
Out of character, how many would that mean? How many more points do you need?
Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, no, you can. That's fine.
Just 2 points.
Oh, okay, you'll be fine. You needed more.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, now that I also just need 2 left, I'll just spend the 5 to get rid of that asterisk there. It's bothering me at this point.
Yeah, finally be like after a week that bite fully heals because you spend the blood.
Wait, so you're like super hungry right now?
Soon, TM.
You want my fish?
No.
Yes.
He was.
She's just holding a small shark that's flailing around. You want it?
You want it?
No, you just did your fish. Just enjoy the cash.
I mean, you've been helping me a lot. I'm still gonna make up with all the shit they pull, but yeah, we even?
Alright, if you insist.
Yay!
Okay. Right then. The week goes by, and as time moves forward, the vigils come to an end, the extra patrols come to an end, and the captain tries to push things back into an orderly direction. However, there's a bit of a kerfuffle. Certain members of the passengers, they don't want to go back to the quarters they had before. There is an imbalance of rooms and what have you, and eventually, after a bunch of shuffling and murmuring and arguments, rooms are traded, positions are shuffled around, and Father Murdoch establishes his flock in the port side passenger's cabin.
Fuck.
A group consisting of Evelyn's herd and a smattering of 10 or 15 other people. The other 10 residents of the cabin and 5 or so individuals who cycle in and out for nightly vigils set up a small chapel inside of that portion of the ship. Any of you attend service, as Father Murdoch will be having them nightly.
Nightly now.
For
Is he
any
gonna
who wish to
need
come.
more wine?
He doesn't do the transubstantiation, the body and blood of Christ, every night. He still saves
Okay.
that for midnight mass on Sundays.
Okay. And
He's
he
aware of
holds
the
that,
limitations.
and he holds that in the low storage, or
Oh no, he's holding that in the passengers compartment he's in now.
oh, okay.
They set up a
Evelyn.
small altar and pushed some of the hammocks further back.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn, Kim's gonna warn you about Father's ability to figure out what kind of creature we are.
Hmm.
And suggests Evelyn not to go to the mask.
Oh, Evelyn, by the way, the rat, the vampire rat,
Yep.
was 13th generation.
Damn.
You know, it was created by the vampire you know as the King of London,
It was his.
and it was a Nosferatu.
So he a 12 gen.
Hmm.
That is how the math works, yes.
We could have beat his ass.
I mean, he did have a lot of rats, so he might have overwhelmed us.
He had a lot of rats.
Is that all the detail that I get? Does Kim remember the chant that he was doing?
He didn't technically say it. It was on his head. I peer into his mind. I heard different thing. Like, he was using it against Lila, trying to figure out what Lila was. But luckily I pulled her out before he finishes.
You hear what he thinks of vampires, that we all fear crucifix and die at this smell of garlic.
He's really suspicious of us, though.
It would look somewhat suspicious if a nun does not attend service.
Yeah. Should I go with you so I can watch his mind and maybe pull you out if I notice something?
Perhaps. Let me see if I can do anything. Da-da-da.
Before that, I probably have to go feed Claudio, though.
Yeah, I guess go do that and then we'll go to the service.
Okay.
What exactly are you doing?
Go
She's
hold
gonna
her
give
end of the
Claudio
bargain.
some blood.
So you bleed into a glass bottle that Claudio has, and he thanks you.
Yes. The whole time she's just gonna update him with everything that happened. Also, don't cross Lila's room. She's a witch.
Did she say what kind?
The Lilith kind?
That does not narrow it down.
Herb and turning pigs into humankind?
Cersei?
Maybe?
That's the witch from the Odyssey.
Yes. She said she's gonna turn me into a share if I try to hurt her. Can they actually do that?
Mages... I've not run into them, though our master... He's lost many agents to them in raiding their lairs and stealing their secrets.
That's why she hates us so much. She refused my friendship.
Did the term the Order of Hermes come up?
Would I know about it?
Intelligence plus occult difficulty fairly high. That's a no.
Ah.
Then it shouldn't be much of a problem. Probably some local witch, or a throwback to the times of antiquity.
Also, watch out for Father Murdoch. Father Murdoch, like he can find out what you are. Don't face him, okay?
He already dislikes me enough.
Yes. Stay away from him. He was trying to burn Lila too. Okay. I hope this is enough. I'm sorry for taking so long. There are so many things, so many ghost business too. My head really hurts. So next month, if I forget, I'm really sorry, nah.
Very well. I will remind you then.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. As you join Evelyn.
So you join Evelyn at one of the Father Murdoch's masses. It's not anything particularly complicated. He reads some scripture, does a few common Catholic rituals, lots of kneeling, lots of bowing your head, several other things from Mass that I experienced as a kid that I'm not going to dredge up because we're...
Yeah, I'll blend in. But I'll keep reading his mind though.
You're reading his mind during Mass.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your telepathy. It's intelligence plus subterfuge. Difficulty is the willpower of the target's current willpower. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Dang.
Sassy.
So, deep secrets of buried memories are harder to obtain on the surface. Emotional spots or unspoken comments. Find 5 or more successes to access. Did you spend a point of willpower? Did you spend a point of willpower for an automatic success?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Right, so you manage to get surface thoughts, and you can go fairly deep, but you can't get into, like, memories or stuff like that.
Yeah.
While he's preaching, he's mostly remembering, like, services that were taught to him before, recalling verses of the Bible from memory, lessons and what have you, religious parables and all that sort of thing. He's just in priest mode. Eventually, near the end of it, again, like in his previous sermons, he preaches togetherness, solidarity, and the interesting thing is he uses a lot of song metaphor, of coming together in a choir, of chanting together, of overcoming through one unified voice. And he leads a number of songs in Latin. And eventually it comes to an end, and the people who don't live in this room mingle for a little while and begin trailing out. And he sees you and Evelyn, and he smiles, and he comes over to greet you, as you haven't been to one of these in a little bit. Ah, Evelyn, Miss Kemutai, it is nice to see you here again. Finally managed to get the captain to acquiesce to my situation.
Thank you for your service, Father Murdoch, and I hope you are well provided for.
It's a little smaller than the other room, but well, actually, in the end, it ends up being bigger as we do not have to pile ourselves high on crates and boxes. So it is nicer, and there's much less the smell of pig shit.
Yes. That does make it much more pleasant.
Yeah, it really does. Is there anything I can help you with? Any troubles, any qualms? I heard that your compatriots, the big gentleman, the German, and the boxer, they killed some sort of a mange-infested dogs that managed to sneak aboard.
Yes, it seems to be the creature that was attacking some of the crew. And fortunately, they were able to dispatch it, so it's a tremendous relief. Of course, I would only ask for your prayers for that terrible creature's victims, for their souls.
We held vigils the entire week for them. Hopefully they will gone now.
Was he thinking?
Kemutai, I'm going to offer you the chance to spend a point of willpower after I describe what he's thinking. Actually,
Okay,
no. This would come to surface as he's discussing it. That poor soul. I do hope that after he was exorcised, he went somewhere nice. So I never saw him at mass. Perhaps. No, one should not think ill of the dead.
Would I know if, like, his quote-unquote exercise actually works?
The guy isn't here anymore.
Huh.
So
Would you
he's
like to
been
spend that point of
banished.
willpower to poke into the memory?
Yes.
So you push yourself a little bit harder and you peel back a level of protection in his mind and peer into not just his thoughts, but a vision of the past. And you see him holding vigil over the dead body of the man. The room chanting in unison, sharing this psalm, and as you see through his eyes, you see through this memory, you see that the entire room, the group of people gathered there, they're not of their own mind. They have gone into a trance. The lights are on, they're speaking, they're singing, but they're not conscious beings anymore. They're asleep. Almost. They are not aware of what's around them. And in this memory, you can feel that you kind of feel what he felt. You remember him feeling a surge of strength from this chant, this chorus, pouring energy into him that he is then refocusing through what he feels is a divine lens, channeling it as the spirit that you recognize the ghost plucked forth from the ether above his own dead body, underneath a white cloth. You don't recognize the words. They're spoken in a language you've never heard before. As the priest begins to, Father Murdoch begins to intone in a sort of gravelly way, this song, this tune, this chant. And mystical energy courses through him and out of him and arcs into the ghost. And the ghost lets out this wail that eventually harmonizes with the tune that the father is creating, is singing out, and he vanishes. The ghost.
Can I tell if the ghost was actually moving on, or was he being obliterated?
Intelligence plus occult, this is going to be hard.
I'll spend a point of willpower.
Okay. Two successes. It sure as fuck didn't look pleasant. You could see their ghostly form being burned away. Whether or not that's ritualistically purifying it and detaching him from the mortal world, or destroying it, you're not sure.
Father,
Yeah.
wait, the victim, they would be in heaven, right?
If they were a good and pure man, yeah. If they were, as some sailors often are, I do not mean to be rude, but some are lecherous, drunken debauchers. Hopefully this man was good and a good Christian, and asked for God's forgiveness in his heart. If he did, he would be in heaven.
So what if they're not good people, then do they go to hell?
Some people believe in the idea of purgatory, a place between places, a distance from God. It was popularized by the Divine Comedy of Dante. A series of challenges the soul must endure for centuries, if not thousands of years, before entering God's grace and ascending to heaven. It is a popular notion. They could have ended up there as well.
Would I know what's in the purgatory?
Like, would you know what the story of Purgatory is, or like if Purgatory is actually real?
No, if the if it's real, like how bad it's gonna be.
That's too hard of a die roll for you to pass. I don't see your character being like having actual knowledge of the afterlife.
Father, how bad is the purgatory?
Well, it's not as bad as hell, by any means, as souls there are not so wicked that they are beyond redemption. But you are away from God's light and grace, therefore it's not a very nice place.
And what if the soul have needs and they're not ready to move on? What will happen to them then? Wouldn't they be stuck in purgatory for eternity?
No. If a spirit, as you say, had unfinished business in the life, so they become a ghost. It is the duty of us to send these spirits to the afterlife to make sure they do not cause trouble for the living.
But how are they going to get their need resolved if they're stuck in purgatory?
They won't. They are beyond their needs, and they are beyond the need anchors them to this world. So remove the tanker. They go on to their destination. So the unfinished business you're speaking of, is this a common thing in your religion?
That's what I've heard of.
Well, it is... Think of it like chains. Manticles. Forged in life. Each regret, each unfinished bit of business is a chain that weighs the soul down, that keeps them trapped here, in the now, in the mortal world. Through the grace and light of God, and through their mercy and song, we can remove these chains, and send them to where they are destined to be. That could be heaven, if they are good and righteous. It could be hell, if they are wicked. Or if you are in the belief that it exists, a purgatory, if they are unbaptized Christians and or just okay people.
Yeah, so then it's not that different after all, then.
Except they cannot cause trouble or problems of some other living world. But see, it's moved.
You will face God as the rest of us. There's no need to fret.
Oftentimes
see.
it is enough that fear of what comes next is enough to bind the soul to the mortal world and cause quite a bit of trouble. Possession, poltergeist. Such things disrupt the mortal world and can quite cause a lot of harm to a person.
I see. Thank you for the answers, Father.
What is your opinion of purgatory, Father Murdoch? Do you believe it exists?
Perhaps at one point it might have. A place for the unbaptized and the righteous sinners, as the righteous pagans, as they are called. But through the ascension of Jesus Christ to the house of the heavens, such place no longer needed to exist and stopped, in my opinion. His
I see.
cured us of original sin, so there was nothing binding a soul from heaven or hell.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Do you believe it's purgatory?
I believe in God's love. I believe that anyone can be redeemed. I do not know what comes after this life, but I would hope that there is always the possibility that any soul that somehow slipped between the cracks of all of the faithful and righteous, and anyone who might lead them toward God's light would have some way back.
Agreed with us. But we know what is better than redemption. Living a righteous life in the here and now, so you don't need it. He smiles. Speaking of which, two of your compatriots, Mr. Benedict and Mary, they have not been attending service. I am concerned.
I will speak with them. I have been meaning to.
Benedict's still wounded from the fight, no?
Yes, he is resting, but
Yeah, he need a lot of rest.
Not the rest
sermon
of
is
us
no.
cannot go fishing.
a sermon is no strain. Yes. I will speak with him. Thank you for your concern.
He nods.
What is he thinking?
He's thinking, oh yes, so badly injured. Not so badly injured they can't be seen on the front of the ship holding a shark out to the ocean.
that was Kim holding the shark though.
Yeah, he doesn't mean
He
his
was with
information's
you.
perfect.
He doesn't know that he only caught a boot in the middle of the ocean. I'm guessing that was someone's boot that fell off the ship.
He also has thoughts on Mary, and said Mary's a pretty young thing. I would hate to see her get wrapped up in some nonsense. Swept away by one of these animals. And when he says animals, his thoughts flash with, like, 3 or 4 sailors who he's positive are perverts.
His type, huh? I mean, Well, Father, thank you for speaking with us. I will certainly speak with Mr. Flores and Mary.
Yes, thank you, Father. Your service had made me feel so much better.
He smiles and nods. You're always open. And, if you wish to learn more about the good word of Christ, I am here. The thoughts continue. She's a nice one. I hope she slicens up so she doesn't go to hell.
Evelyn will give him a respectful nod and say, good night.
Good night, Father.
She simply smiles and nods.
Okay. Going back to my room.
On the way back, she's gonna like, but that was my shark. I caught the shark, not him.
Well, I'm sure he heard a shark was caught and he assumed.
Anyway, I didn't hear anything dangerous from his mind, except that
We're not talking like this in the hallway, right? If Kim starts to talk like this in the hallway, Evelyn is going to stop her and then wait until
okay, she's gonna stop.
Sorry.
Yes.
She'll go to your room with you and we can talk there.
She's gonna let Evelyn know all the thoughts in Father's head.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay, in what order?
Like retelling the whole story in the same setting to her.
In the order that they were presented?
Yes, and then you said this, and then the father was thinking this, and then I said this, and he was thinking this.
Okay,
like
when
that.
she gets to Mary, Evelyn is going to lift her hand and just leave.
He really concerned about Mary, though. He thought like this.
She's already left.
Okay.
She just left your room. when you brought up he was thinking about Mary and worrying about her, she just left.
Okay.
Right.